them as well. Seamless custom-fit gutters that are built to last and keep the water where it belongs, away from your home. Call Wood Davis today for a free estimate and let the plus be the service you can count on.
Lowe's knows July 4th savings are worth celebrating. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on home and auto insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your house sitter has the new code first, before leaving for vacation.
System lockout.
But that's the code!
Contacting authority.
I'm out of here.
Oh, seriously, the car too?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a home and auto bundle that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At Mosquito Joe, our passion is making outside fun again. One of the most popular ways of achieving that goal is with a mosquito misting system. Mosquito Joe misting systems can be installed discreetly around your backyard, patio, boat dock, anywhere you're getting bugged.
The really cool thing about Mosquito Joe misting systems is that they mist automatically every day when mosquitoes are most active. And, if I want to, I can operate the system on my phone with a super easy-to-use app.
Mosquito misting systems. Just one more way Mosquito Joe makes outside fun again.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
It's the July 4th Firecracker Sale at Bradford Marine and ATV's statewide locations. All trackers, Nitros, Rangers, Tahoes, and Sun Tracker pontoons priced to sell. Don't miss the July 4th Firecracker Sale at all Bradford Marine and ATV's statewide locations. Your authorized Ranger and Tracker dealer.
106.7 Buzz 2 is your home for Arkansas Travs baseball. Hear every pitch, every crack of the bat on 106.7 Buzz 2. For the full calendar, go to Travs.com. It's the greatest game on dirt, and you can hear it all on 106.7 Buzz 2.
You ready? Let's go.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Like, he doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Top's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, but a picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike. Got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a the type women wanna be within rappers. Hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, this is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note, he writes every line. And I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like a design is written in his head every time before he even touches a key or speaks in a rhyme. And those other fellas he runs with, the kids that he signed, ridiculous, without even trying. How did they do this? Is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15%.
With the 12th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Noah Essengay from Saint-Jean-du-Bray, France, and the Club in Germany.
Noah Essengay.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. That clip is labeled Mavs Select Cooper Flag, and that's what we were trying to open the show with today. We really have a great show. I mean, a great show lined up for you today. But, boy, to step on our own junk right out of the gate's not the way to do it. Anyway, Cooper Flag was number 1 last night, no surprise, in the NBA draft. Christian, how dare they mislabel our clips? That is so cruel and rude.
Mislabeled it?
Huh?
What'd they do?
That was the wrong clip. That was not Cooper Flag being taken, number 1. You know what? Nobody's perfect, but we're going to try hard today. We're going to do the best we can. Anyway, I appreciate you being with us today. Justin Acri, that's me, DJ Williams, Christian Weaver. NBA draft last night, the obvious overall number 1, Cooper Flag. There were a couple of curveballs thrown in the first round, though. We're going to talk to Evan Cohen of ESPN, who does the morning show for the Big Ship on Buzz 2 from 6 to 10 a.m. He's on Unsportsmanlike with a couple of folks, Chris Canty among them. I don't know who their third host is.
I think I hear that on Buzz 2.
Yeah, it's on Buzz 2. That's exactly right. They also do a TV version of it. Anyway, he will be joining us to break down the draft, give us his thoughts, and I'm going to get your thoughts here in a second, Christian, but I want to tell everybody what we got going on. In fact, in 5 minutes, we're going to have our first guest. We don't normally do first segment guests, but because of his busy schedule, you know, when you're a Hall of Famer, I guess this happens, but we're going to be joined by Norman DeBryin, the baseball coach for the University of Arkansas. And he is going into the College Baseball Hall of Fame. It's about darn time. So we are really excited to have him on coming up at 10:15. We've got Gabe Gaeckle, one last appearance coming up at 11:15 today. He is brought to you by our friends at Billy's Awards in Conway and Arkansas Digital Media. The Red White Report is brought to you by UAMS Health Ortho Now. We've also, I guess that's it. And then the big one is, of course, longtime celebrity, child acting star turned musician and performer, Corey Feldman. And if you don't know Corey Feldman, have you ever seen the movie The Goonies? We were talking. I'm surprised that Josh hasn't seen it, I guess.
Not super surprised.
I'm a little surprised just because it's such an American I consider that a classic.
He was in Lost Boys too, right?
He was in Lost Boys. He was in one of the Friday the 13th movies. He was in
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me, which is a great one.
He's in Gremlins.
Gremlins, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anyway, he is now a musician, and he's had a number of influences over the years. Of course, he and Michael Jackson were buddies when he was a kid. And I heard him telling this story about how he had a song that he had done at 18 years old, and Michael Jackson said, I can make that a number 1 hit. I can make that a number 1 hit. He said, I could take it into Tommy Mottola right now and make it a number 1 hit. And he said he didn't want to manipulate or utilize that friendship in that way. And so he told him, no, don't do it. And so he's come back to music. And I don't know why he doesn't really act anymore, so we need to ask him that. Why did you get away from acting? Because I would think you could do both, right? I mean, he's a really, really good actor. And look, his music is not for everybody. And it's been widely panned. He's got a unique presentation. His songs are not for everyone. But guess what? He likes doing it, and he's happy to do it. And you might think in watching his performances, this guy's a little eccentric and out there. I'm telling you what, I watched several interviews in preparing for today. He seems like a rock-solid dude. And with all the stuff he's been through, I mean, it's pretty well documented, the things he's been through, the abuse he's suffered, the friends he's had that died at a young age. I mean, he's been through a lot. I think he's pretty well adjusted, all things considered, personally. Now, you can make your own determinations after you listen to the interview.
He apparently would have got a little bit more work in what's eating Gilbert Grape.
Yep, heard him tell that story today. That just came out recently.
Yeah, saw that, but he's got a little beef.
Yep.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp got him cut from the film. He apparently was playing the Leonardo DiCaprio role in that film, and apparently, according to him at least, Johnny Depp told the director or producer, I'm not working with him. He's an addict. And he had just gotten out of rehab. He said he was clean at the time. And so he lost that role. You know what? It's all good. There was another big role that he could have had, and he was the runner-up for as a youngster. And we're going to ask him about that, too. You know, I saw an interesting story today, or yesterday, I guess it was. Arnold Schwarzenegger said he made his most money in a film I would have never guessed. Did you see the story?
I think I saw this, but I can't remember the movie.
You would have thought...
Would we know the film?
Yeah, of course, 100%. You would have thought one of the Terminator movies. You would have thought Predator. You would have thought, one of these big blockbusters, right?
Demolition Man?
Demolition Man, fine. What was the one when...
Jingle All the Way?
No. What's the one where he goes in...
Total Recall?
Running Man? The Running Man?
True Lies.
Total Recall?
Total Recall.
True Lies.
True Lies, a great film.
Kindergarten Cop?
Twins. Really? Twins, the movie with Danny DeVito. He said he made the most money on. I don't even know the details, but it's in our entertainment report today. Let's quit.
That's
pretty good.
Actually.
Let's call Coach. So, and I want to get Christian's insights after we talked to Coach about the NBA draft last night. For those who watched it, there was one that really popped off the page to me. I was like, "What?" Because the top couple picks weren't surprising at all, really. But man, there was one I was like, "Ooh, I did not expect him to be a top fiver." So we'll get Christian's thoughts on that. If you want to join us today, 501-661-1037. That's our Whit Davis Lumber Plus, or excuse me, that's our D3 Auto Sales text line, also 501-661-1037. We've also got our Whit Davis Lumber Plus live fan feedback through our Listen Live button. You can do that, and we appreciate you contributing to the show in any which way. Happy to have you. We got plenty of open windows today, too, despite the guests, including this one. Let's. I guess I should play the fight song at the very least to welcome him in. He is a multi-Hall of Fame famer. And he is going to be added to one more, pretty darn good one, and it's about time for Norm DeBryin going into the College Baseball Hall of Fame. And so we wanted to get him on and officially congratulate him. Coach, thank you for joining us, and officially now, congratulations.
Thank you, Pat, and it's good to hear your voice and to be on.
Well, I appreciate that. It's good to hear your voice, Coach. So how do you find out when you're going in the College Baseball Hall of Fame? How do they tell you about this?
Well, it was that in Omaha on Saturday on the first day of the College World Series. It was actually in Hunter Yurchek's suite, and the people in there, and Kevin Trainor came in there and made that announcement. I guess I was just completely shocked and wondering what was going on.
Well, it's pretty amazing, and I know you're in a number of halls of fame, Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame. I'm sure you're in the Hall of Honor up at Arkansas, and I think even maybe Wisconsin Hall of Fame, the University of Wisconsin Oshkosh Athletics Hall of Fame. Coach, I mean that's a very unique one.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Last year Jeff King was inducted into the College Foundation Hall of Fame, and I got an email after, I think it was announced on Monday, but looking at the history, this started in 2006, and it's kind of in conjunction at Overland Park, Kansas, with the Museum of the Negro Leagues that's established there. And so, it's kind of a recent foundation. It kind of coincides with the opening of the college baseball season, it's on February 12th on a Thursday night, and all the colleges, they open up the season the next day on Friday. So it's kind of the timing of it, I guess.
I know you were up in Omaha this year. And I'm just curious about, as a guy who's been there, you've been a runner-up as a coach before, watching the Hogs. They ended up second. They ended up, I guess you would call them probably third. They were the third last to last team out, I guess. You've been so close to the pinnacle. This program's been so close to the pinnacle a couple of times. Just curious about your, I guess, thoughts on the program in general and the year that they just had.
Yes, I text Dave and just congratulated him on an incredible year. Both he and his staff and the players, just accomplished so much. The regional here was outstanding. They played so well in the super regional, and I even before we played, I was wondering why they don't reseed after regionals and even after super regionals. But it is what it is, I guess. And I really had a good feeling that this might be the year where Gabe and the program win it all. And it looked like things were falling in place with Vander, number one seed, being eliminated and Texas being eliminated. And, then we play LSU, and I knew that first game was so important on Saturday, and Anderson was just outstanding for them. And, I mean, when we lost that game, I felt like we could do it, but I knew it would be a hard climb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's pretty spectacular. He was the MVP of the World Series, and appropriately so. He had a great run. And, again, if they find a way in that game tonight, I mean, I don't know if you've ever had any kind of similar situation, Coach, where it looks like you guys have gained control of a game and, you get to the bottom of the ninth and your team that's been so solid defensively ends up, making a couple of critical mistakes. The old cliche is you got to get 27 outs, right? There's no clock in baseball, which can be heart-wrenching at times because, you see things happen like did the other night, and it's a rarity, but, I mean, I'm sure you've been through something similar over the years.
Point you make, 27 outs. I mean, boy, that is so true. I mean, even, in that game, we got that 2-run lead, and we have, when Weaver, I don't know if he took the easy play or I'm not sure if, but anyway, with the force that he got, there's 2 outs and still a 2-run lead, and I'm thinking, it's no problem, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And, then everything happened. Then that play, the first base where Robinette, went as far as he could to get the ball, and and that didn't work. And then that line drive to left field, and all of a sudden, we end up, the game, the ball off of Casil's glove, and it was just crazy. It was kind of like a kick in the gut. I mean, it's hard to get over for me. Oh, geez.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It is hard to explain, and we haven't heard from Vahiva, so I would really be curious to see what his thinking was. Did he think they could turn a double play third to first? Did he, just have a brain fart, or like to your point, did he just try to get the lead runner and get that second out? I don't know, but I mean, it's a tough play there, and then obviously the Davalon play was one where he just he slipped and got off to a bad start there, and it ended up in a gaffe, and unfortunately what happened. But, the state of the program is really good, and I will tell you this, Coach, it's interesting in thinking about your career and Dave Van Horn's career, in that the way the players respond to them and the way that they hold them in such high regard and respect. And, again, there's a loving side of that, but there's a challenging side of that, too, where you get the best out of your guys. And hearing Gabe Gaeckle talk after the game and Ryder Helfrich about Dave and why they came here and why they love playing for him and his staff, I thought really meant a lot. And it made me think about when you were a coach and the whole lights situation, when you were trying to get lights installed at Cole Field, and apparently there was a little butting in the heads with Coach Broyles, I understand, because it turned out it wasn't just an average donor; it was some of your former players that stepped up for you.
Yeah, that was really neat. Texas and Texas A&M had lights; none of the rest of us did. And when Lawler and McReynolds and Ray and their agent Selakovich, when they put the lights at George Cole Field, it coincided with us being able to host the first Southwest Conference tournament that wasn't at Texas or A&M. We ended up winning that in 1985, and that would have never happened without the lights. And so that kind of boosted our program and really helped us. And so, just so thankful and fortunate for those players, and just appreciate that so much. And that's been good. It's been, like Baum and Walker, Johnny Mike, they've done so much for the program, in getting us the facilities that we have now. And Dave, what he has done with this program, the level that it's on now, it's just it's unbelievable. It's kind of like, Nolan Richardson, I heard him say one time, he's got a monster and now he's got to feed it. And that's kind of like where Dave Van Horn is now.
Have you ever, or could you have imagined baseball being the way it is? Or did you have a vision for this? Obviously, the lights was sort of the first piece of the puzzle, but we've gone way beyond that with facilities. Could you have ever imagined baseball being the, I guess, level of relevance it is in the pantheon of college sports and to reach the level it has at Arkansas?
No, I never did. I mean, can remember, kind of building, like when we hosted the first regional, a Fayetteville regional in 1999. I mean, it was like a tremendous experience. I mean, the crowd was great. Nothing like they're getting now, but it was an atmosphere that, you just kind of envision. And then Dave has made that possible by what he has done with the program and how they've elevated it to the level that it is right now. It's just amazing. I mean, you kind of reflect back and you look at where it's at. It's outstanding.
Talking to Norm DeBryin on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline, if you're just tuning in, the Hall of Famer, one more time over, in addition to all the other Halls of Fame that he's already in, the College Baseball Hall of Fame, going to be part of the upcoming class. I'm just curious about your thoughts on the state of the program. There's some people who get frustrated, and again, when you get so close, people feel a little let down, and then they start overreacting a bit, Coach, as you've probably seen over the years, about, well, maybe a change is in order, or what's wrong, or is this program cursed, or whatever. And maybe I'm just a dope, but I'm at the point where I already can't wait for next season, and I just feel like this state is blessed with the state of this program and the fact that they're a relevant factor in the baseball race every year. I mean, where are you at with the program and as far as the way it's perceived and how people should feel, in your opinion, about the baseball program at Arkansas?
Yeah, I think Dave has got really a good approach. I talked to him yesterday, and it's kind of like you said, looking forward to next year. And that's what he's doing. He was telling me that they had visits this past Sunday from Portal, and they continue to have Portal visits. They've signed a shortstop, and they've got a really good closer from Vanderbilt, and and so he's right in the middle of it, and he's in his element. And I could tell by the excitement in his voice yesterday. I mean, he's ready to pick it up next year and carry on and have another great ball club.
I'm excited. I'm already ready. One more time, Coach, congratulations. I know you got a lot to get to. I really appreciate you working a little time for us, and look forward to seeing you up in Fayetteville again soon.
Okay, thanks, Justin.
All right, take care, Coach. Appreciate it. That's Norm DeBryin.
Yeah, bye.
The Hall of Famer, again. Go through this whole list, DJ. This will be you someday, buddy. This can be you someday. Christian and I are going to be sitting on the outside, coming to banquets, cheering for you, happy for you to get into these things.
If it happens,
we're not even going to get an invite inside.
If it happens, you're
we're going to buy a table. We're going, Christian. We're going to go watch and root for our guy. Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame, University of Arkansas Sports Hall of Honor in 91, American Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 2003, Southwest Conference Hall of Fame 2015, and again, an Ashland, Wisconsin native, if you couldn't tell by the accent, University of Wisconsin Oshkosh Athletics Hall of Fame. So add it to the list. He's in the College Baseball Hall of Fame, the man, Norm DeBryin. Want to join us? Come on. We're going to talk a little NBA draft on the other side, and we'll get into a few other things too. I want to also juxtapose hockey and the NBA about the way they celebrate. I want to talk about that coming up in a second. As we head into the break, what do you want to know about? Something special?
Yeah, what you got for me?
Well, DJ, I got so many things that I'm curious about, and I want to tell you about.
It'll get you. Careful.
Kill the cat.
Yeah.
I'm no cat. Okay. I'm a dog.
All right. Fair.
What's our question of the day? Did we settle on one?
It's National Work from Home Day. This is kind of just easy. But
as much as I love being in the office, I like working at home too.
So, just the question is that simple: do you work from home? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have gone away from that. And I'm talking about if you work at home 2 days a week, you ought to be happy because a lot of people would love to be able to do that. Most of us have to come to work every day. But listen, I don't mind. I really don't mind.
Early returns, 81% no.
If I could do the show at home every day, I wouldn't.
Seeing people face to face, it's just different.
And even with the video, it has made it better. But there's nothing like being here and interacting in our show. But, I mean, there are a lot of jobs where I'm like, there's no way I wouldn't work
if
from home.
we all did the show at your house, or
when we did the show at your house was great if you're going to make brunch every time.
I'm down. That can be a Friday thing if we're free.
Can you imagine how bad the show would have been yesterday with all that was going on in the final hour if we were in different locations? I
was ready to kill y'all yesterday. Mostly Kevin Kelly. It was hilarious. We were out of control yesterday. It was nuts. Our question yesterday was, does Thero, talking about Adu Thero, go in the first round? No, 63%. Yes, 37%. Hope springs eternal, but he did not.
I voted no. I thought it was possible, though.
Yeah, I didn't think it was very likely. But listen, with a couple of the picks that went early, way earlier than I thought, I mean, I guess it wouldn't have been the crazy. And there were a couple that, on the back end, that were definitely projected to be second-rounders, so we'll talk about all that. Our friends at Oaklawn, you cannot wager on what's going to happen on day 2 of the draft, but there's a lot more that you can. Oaklawnsports.com if you want to go to their website, or you can download it for your iPhone or your Android if you would like to take it with you. And you can wager on all the good things going on in the world of sports. So right now it's about Major League Baseball, and you got golf, a number of other sports. Zach would, if he was listening or here, he would say F1, F1, F1. I know. Well, the movie's coming out. I'm excited about that. Maybe after I watch the movie, I'll be more...
I heard really good reviews.
It looks amazing. Maybe after I watch the movie, I'll be more interested in the actual sport. There's a lot of good entertainment coming as well. Oaklawn.com for that. You can book your room online at Oaklawn.com. Find out more about the spa, the Astral Spa, which is a Forbes recommended hotel and a spa that has gotten great reviews as well. Awesome dining options at Oaklawn, like the Bugler, the Oak Room and Bar, but they've got more casual dining, and you got to love the Mainline Sports Bar. There's so many cool things going on in there through the week. Absolutely fantastic. All the details at Oaklawn.com. And we will return after the break with some of your calls if you would like to join us. It's 10:30. You're in the zone.
Chris Kane joins Morning Mayhem each Monday to mix it up with the guys. Chris Kane on Morning Mayhem is presented by Trader Bill's. Trader Bill's, your one-stop shop for all things Lake.
This is Sports Center.
A big night for the Duke Blue Devils in the NBA draft as 3 Duke players were taken in the top 10 for the second time in the last decade. The number 1 overall pick was Cooper Flagg, the National Player of the Year in college basketball. He heads to Dallas Mavericks. The next Blue Devil to be drafted was Con Kneppel. He's going to Charlotte to play for the Hornets. He was drafted at number 4 overall. And then finally, Kaman Malawash, the center. He's headed to Houston to play for the Rockets. Also, 2 Rutgers Scarlet Knights drafted in the top 5. At number 2 overall, Dylan Harper is going to the San Antonio Spurs. And at number 5, Ace Bailey out of Rutgers is headed to the Utah Jazz. Coach Cal's streak of 17 consecutive seasons with a player drafted in the first round comes to an end after Adu Thero was not selected last night. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. Coming up Thursday on Out of Bounds, we'll take a look at the NBA draft, a full recap of the lottery in the first round, and we'll find out about Adu Thero. And speaking of Razorbacks, we'll talk Razorback recruiting with Richard Davenport of the Arkansas Democrat Gazette and WholeHogSports.com. Get the latest on those football commitments. All that and a whole lot more, plus what's trending. Join us for Out of Bounds.
It's Justin Acri with Lorbeth from Kaufman by Design West and Lorbeth. I'm so excited about the upcoming months. We've got great holidays upon us, and at Kaufman by Design West, you have everything to get folks outside and celebrating.
We have grilling season coming up, so we've got big green eggs and tons of accessories, and then it's also outdoor season. So we've got lots of in-stock steel products, toolkits, coolers, travel cases.
And for those who want to do some home improvement, we've got power tools galore. You can find it all at Kaufman by Design West, 14900 Cantor Road, out west past Taylor Loop. They're also online at KaufmanLumber.com.
Summer's here. It won't be long before you're planning a road trip. Get to Point S, Arkansas to get your car ready for it. Off-road tires for your pickup, ATV tires for your side-by-side, tires for your car to get your family around safely, Kumo, Toyo, Falcon, Blackhawk, Fortune, and more. And their Promise Plus road hazard protection to give you peace of mind. Stop by any Point S Arkansas store, Bartlett Tire in Heber Springs, Tire Town in Benton, R&D Tire in Conway, and Fleet Tire in Pottsville or Russellville. Online at pointstire.com.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Zone is back. You know what's better than listening to Justin Acri and DJ Williams? Watching them on our live stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Now, let's get back into the show.
I don't need a golden ticket to be part of the club 'cause I'm already...
Cooper, the moment has been realized. How are you feeling?
Feeling amazing. It's a dream come true, to be honest. I wouldn't want to share it with anybody else.
You mentioned sharing it with anybody else. We've got the Flag 5 here. How much have these people meant in getting you here?
I mean, I wouldn't be here without these people right here and all my people back home in Maine. 5 people up in the box up there. They're here for me, and I wouldn't be here without them. So it just means so much to see everybody here and supporting me.
Mom, Kelly, Dad, Ralph are here. But when you put the ball in your son's hand, what did you hope to instill to him that a night like this might come true?
I just hope that he loved the game as much as we always have, and we're just thrilled that he did love it and he got to this moment. It's incredible.
All right, we've got the whole contingency here. We need to set the record straight, guys. Did Mom actually lose to Cooper in the last game?
No, it's not a loss. It was a timeout in the game. It's just been an extended timeout.
Okay, so that's the way it goes. I think it goes to you, Mom, for helping get it to this moment. Congratulations, Cooper.
Thank you. Thanks.
Mom ain't getting no buckets.
Hell no.
Cooper Flag, your number one pick in the NBA draft. More on that in a minute. I need to remind me to tell you something.
Oh, okay. Is he guaranteed superstar?
I don't know about superstar, but he's guaranteed to be very good.
Can he hit Luka status?
He's better than Luka.
Better defensively.
Okay.
So are you.
That's true.
No, I'm kidding. I don't hate on Luka too much. I like Luka.
He's not a good defender. Right? That's fair to say.
It's not the strongest part of his game. It's not the strongest part of his game. We'll give you that. All right, a couple things about last night. Let's talk about the actual picks, and then we get into the ancillary topics as we welcome you back in here at 10:36. Again, DJ Williams, Christian Weaver, Justin Acri, thanks for being with us. By the way, on Twitter, at Justin Acri7, at DJ45 Williams, at CWeaver1037.
Yes.
Cooper Flag, scale of 1. Christian, let's just do this on a scale of 1 to 10, your level of shock or surprise.
0.
0 for Cooper
I guess
Flag.
I go below 1.
Okay, 0. Okay, 0 to 10 then.
Yeah.
Dylan Harper.
0.
Okay. Philadelphia 76ers VJ Edgecombe from Baylor.
2.
Really?
I wasn't shocked he got picked. I thought maybe the 76ers would trade, but if they stuck, I thought they'd pick him. So
this one is interesting. The Charlotte Hornets took Kneppel from Duke in the 4th overall slot.
I'd give it like a 4.
Really?
I thought he'd go pretty high.
You thought he'd go top 5?
Yeah.
I didn't see one mock draft that had him in the top 5. Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. The one I was looking at yesterday had him like 12th or 15th or something.
It was rumored that the Hornets like him, and he fits well between Ball and Brandon. Alabama player.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name?
I'm trying to think.
I can't remember. Brandon Miller.
Ace Bailey, Jazz.
Maybe like a 6. I'm kind of shocked.
Really?
He didn't want to go to Utah.
Okay.
And I'm kind of shocked that they picked him anyway, but good on them.
Trey Johnson, the Wizards, not a shock.
Not a shock.
0?
Yeah.
1?
1.
You don't like Fears that much. He went to the Pelicans at 7
I'm not
overall.
shocked he went, though.
But it's a little high, right?
Yeah.
Agree.
Give it like a 1.
How about Demon? He was not projected to be a top 10, right?
I got 8. Yeah. That's
So
I'm not a
reach
Demon
by the
fan.
Nets.
I'm not a Demon fan, and I think that and of course, these players could develop, and could seem like a stupid take, but the Nets had the worst first round I think I've ever seen.
Okay. Well, they had a lot of opportunities.
And they missed on almost all of them.
Raptors took Colin Murray Boyles from South Carolina, and if you did not see his reaction, he may have dropped an F-bomb when he found out he got picked by the Raptors.
I think it was a happy F-bomb, though.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it was like, dang, I got to go to Toronto.
Maybe he didn't want to go to Canada. 10th, Houston Rockets. Okay, so here's the pick. Houston Rockets from Phoenix via Brooklyn, reported traded to Phoenix.
Yeah, it's Phoenix's pick.
This is Malawach, the Duke center.
Good pick. Odd that they traded for Mark Williams at the same time.
Okay.
Who are very similar players.
So that leads me to my next thing, which is Scott Van Pelt, which I don't know if you saw this or not.
I did.
And again, this is not a bashing of the sport or the draft even. It's just the way that the NBA operates draft night. So, DJ, I pick you to be the first-round choice of the zone. And I brought you in, but I'm trading you to out of bounds. So you're going to play for out of bounds next year, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows you're going to be on the 1 to 4 slot. But when you come on to the station, we put you in a zone hat. Does that make any sense, or should we wear an out of bounds hat since that's where you're actually going to be doing the show?
And everyone knows, including me, in out of bounds.
Everybody in the whole world knows it.
It's weird.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
I don't put you in a zone hat. So
Yeah.
this is what they're doing in the NBA. So, like, if you get drafted by Houston, even though you've been traded to Charlotte, you're wearing a Houston hat on the draft when you're doing the post-interview. It doesn't make any sense at all. And it's a little thing, and it doesn't really matter, but it also doesn't make any sense.
I think technically they do it because none of these trades are finalized until the new year starts, which is in the beginning of July. But it's stupid, and it's a semantic game, and they should wear the hat.
Okay. We agree on that. So I'm usually with Scott Van. I can't remember last time Scott Van Pelt sent to the
Why don't they trade the pick before they draft them?
I don't know why they draft the player and then do the trade. I don't know why they don't just draft because in the NFL you just trade the
none
pick.
of the trades can be finalized.
Okay.
Until the new year starts.
There's something else that could be changed.
Yeah.
Why don't we just trade the spot and then you can pick whoever you want and then it's not
Right.
weird. That's another option. I don't know why the NBA does it that way. Anyway, Adam Silver's really smart. I'm sure he'll figure it out. All right, how about in the rest of the first round? Some other guys we talked about yesterday. Derek Queen from Maryland went to the Hawks from Sacramento.
No, he went to the Pelicans.
Okay, see, I rest my case. He got picked by the Hawks, but he's going to the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Okay, he's another one.
And the Pelicans gave up a 2026 unprotected first-round pick, which is dumb because they are not going to be good next year.
Okay, so I mean it would be a top, like a lottery pick probably, and maybe a high lottery pick.
Yeah.
Who else in here? Walter Clayton Jr., the Florida kid, went to the Wizards. Is he actually in the Wizards?
No, he's on the Jazz.
Okay, see, I'm so confused.
What's
gotta follow down here.
Unprotected first-round pick?
Means that sometimes if you do a protected pick, it's like if it's beyond a certain level, you don't get it. But if the unprotected means it's anywhere it goes.
If it falls in the lottery, top 1 to 14, we get to keep our own pick. That's a protection.
Yeah, not in this case. All right, just go through. I'll quit talking. You liked Drake Powell yesterday.
I like Drake Powell. Yeah, he's a good player.
How's that fit?
Maybe the only good Nets pick.
By the way, he was not drafted by the Nets. He was drafted by the Hawks, and he's
Yeah.
going to play for the Nets.
The other shock of the night was Hansen Yang, the Chinese big man, got selected 16th overall. Most people did not have him anywhere close to the first round.
Okay, what's his story?
Chinese big man played in the CBA. He was 2-time Rookie of the Year in CBA. I don't know how that works. I don't know how you're rookie twice.
That should be the one title you can't defend. That's like
but
Miss
he
Arkansas.
got it twice, and he was good over there, but that is not a good league. So it's a bit shocking that he went
That'd be
16th
cool if they
overall.
could run back Miss Arkansas.
I know. It's like, what again?
Defend your title.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Nets pick? You like the French guard?
Noah Traore?
Mm-hmm.
I like him. I don't like him when you drafted Jaeger Dimon.
Okay.
Because they drafted 3 guards, him and Ben Saraf, the Israeli guard. None of them can shoot. None of them can score. So you drafted 3 playmakers that cannot score.
Speaking of Frenchies, how about the Timberwolves pick? And should
Yohan
Rudy
Berenger?
Gobert sell his house?
No, because I think Yohan Berenger sits behind Rudy Gobert and learns for a couple years. He's raw, really raw.
All right.
So he sits behind Rudy Gobert for a couple years and learns from him.
All right. What else do we need to know about the draft?
Adu Thiero did not get picked.
That was not shocking to me.
No, he probably goes early second, I'd say. And just because he didn't go in the first round doesn't mean he should have returned to college. he can still get a guaranteed contract in the second round.
By the way, Ron Harper looks great.
He
Saw him in
does.
the crowd last night. His son Dylan got picked second overall.
Why do all of his kids go to Rutgers? He didn't go to Rutgers.
How many kids do you have go through there?
Dylan Harper Jr. Dylan Harper and Ron Harper Jr. All two of them, I guess.
I didn't know. I guess I didn't know his other son did there.
Was
Okay.
this not the first time in 17 drafts that Coach Cal didn't have a player go first
Yeah,
round?
I heard that since 2007 or something.
Why you gotta bring up bad stuff? You know, the morning show talked about this morning. I spent a lot of time talking about this is the first white American player to go number one since
That's what
Kent
they
Benson.
talked about?
Kent Benson in 1977.
I just didn't realize
It's
it'd been
pretty
that long.
amazing.
It is pretty wild. When's the last time there were
any white guy?
I was gonna say two.
What was the
Because Kneppel, right?
Yeah, Kneppel went.
LeBron's year.
He's
Then
not
they
white.
have that.
He's not white.
No, they had
He's
somebody go
definitely
top 5. What pick did he go? Who was second pick LeBron's year? Was it Carmelo?
Darko Milicic.
Darko Milicic.
He's a Euro.
Oh, that doesn't count. What?
He's an American born.
Euro's
Oh,
got more
okay.
sauce than American guys.
Well, also, like we were talking about American born white guys.
Go ahead.
The last top white guy to go, not American, was Andre Bargnani in 2006. If you count Italians as white. Do you?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Sure.
Right.
If you don't, then Andrew Bogut in 2005 is your answer because he was.
Good day, mate. Or whatever they say down there. Down under.
These kids in college, I know we're talking about NBA, the ones that are bringing in from overseas, are they playing professionally overseas and they're coming to play college?
Yeah.
So are they considered a professional?
No.
Because I was thinking, we were talking about this at work today, me and Pat. What's stopping LeBron for saying, might as well go back to school?
I think it's something about once you enter the NBA, you can't go back.
That's the only thing that matters. Anything else, you can get in and be a professional and then still go back and play college basketball?
Mm-hmm.
What's
Wow.
even the difference now, though, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. It
Yeah.
really is blurred lines now.
Because Jaeger Demon was signed to Real Madrid.
So Luka could have come here and played basketball.
Yeah, and he probably would now because the money's,
Okay, last thing
So
out of
good.
this, then we got to hit a break. It's 10:45. We have no more guests this hour, right?
No.
We got a busy second hour. Again, if you missed it, we've got Gabe Gaeckle next hour. We've got Red White Report next hour. We have at noon Corey Feldman, actor, singer, performer, interesting guy. And 12:30, we're talking to Evan Cohen from ESPN. Matthew Kachuk says the Florida Panthers had a $500,000 tab at a Miami nightclub after they won the Stanley Cup. Second straight year they won it, of course. He was on a podcast this week, and he said that they have run up a $500,000 tab. $500,000 on their bar tab after winning the Stanley Cup. Now, if you split it up amongst their players, that's probably not that terribly expensive per person. Hey, everybody's got to chip in. How much? $40,000.
It's awful.
But here's what got me on the other side of things. Did you see the picture from the Oklahoma City locker room after the game was over?
Where like most of the alcohol was not drinking.
Most of the alcohol had not been touched.
The champagne?
The beer, the champagne, all of it. Somebody said Jalen Williams had his first beer
Yeah.
in the postgame.
He
I don't know
never
if that
drank alcohol.
Was that Arkansas's Jalen Williams or,
No,
or
it was
the other
Santa
one?
Clara's. Yeah.
And then, of course, we saw SGA the next morning. It looked like he was still drunk, so maybe he hasn't drank too much either.
Or
high.
something.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting, and I do think there's something to that culture. My son's 25. He doesn't really drink, and a lot of his buddies really don't drink.
I think alcohol use is down.
I think so, too.
For younger people.
Mm-hmm. So we got to pick up the pace, guys.
Is that what it is?
We got to even things out.
They're not getting trashed
I
and
gotta keep.
throwed.
I got to keep my friends in business that work
Yeah.
in that industry. No, but it is interesting to me. Even professional athletes who like this is the pinnacle of your sport, and it's like that's not how you blow off steam. It's like I don't drink. I'm not going to like start drinking champagne all of a sudden tonight because we won the championship. That was to me a very interesting dichotomy between because I do think of hockey guys as
Yeah,
like
they're getting
drinking, getting
trashed.
after it guys.
If I could go back knowing what I know now, I would have definitely drank less.
Would it have made you taller? Because that's really what kept you out of the league.
Now, I would say just you'd be better. Faster, stronger, recovery, everything would be just better.
Yeah.
Now, you don't notice it at that time because you're just
Just
burning so much every day, but just think like
Think
another level.
Think a 35-year-old DJ walked into 22-year-old DJ's apartment and just poured out all his booze and be like, I'm doing this for you, kid.
He'd probably fight him.
He probably would.
Be big fight.
How'd he do?
Him?
Yeah.
He'd beat my ass.
Where's your old man strength? You're supposed to have old man strength.
No, that was a different dude back then.
Let me tell you something.
He was in shape.
51-year-old Justin
Yeah.
I would give 22-year-old me hell.
You got to think 22-year-old DJ's like battling out with like Clay Matthews and stuff at practice. It's a different ball game.
You're a bad dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're a lover now, not a fighter.
Yeah.
What's up, Jimbo?
Well, I was going to talk about in tennis, they have team tennis over in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So the little 17 and 18-year-old kids play and live like kings and travel all around, and then they play pro circuit tournaments, and their country pays for everything, and then when they see they're not going to make it, they put their hand up, and the colleges over here soak them right up, and you got these 20-year-old kids going up against our 18-year-old kids, and they have no chance. And so college tennis teams are dominated by foreign players. And it's starting to get like that to a small degree in basketball, that you see these players, that are in the draft, that they got out of school and their country paid for them to play. Of course, they want them to be great Olympians. And after oh my God, they're going to be able to go play in the NBA, they ship them over here. So
there is a great
kind of the way it
influx
works.
of foreign talent coming into college basketball since NIL became a thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Fair.
I mean, tennis is so big in Europe that, their number one choice is probably soccer, second in tennis, and third is basketball. So you're getting great athletes in in basketball.
Jimbo, appreciate that. We got to run.
Have a good one.
Thanks,
Thank
man. El Guapo wants to know what day Houston's going to be with you at Oaklawn, DJ.
That will be right now the 11th. He did just text me literally 20 minutes ago. He has a thing in Missouri on the 10th, so he's going to try to hop on the good old plane and get on down. But if we have to push it to the 18th, we'll do that. So stay tuned.
So what are you telling me for now?
Right now it's the 11th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would say if you're making lunch plans, Cash is the spot right now. And if you're sitting around the office and thinking, gee, what am I going to do for lunch? Well, if you haven't been to Cash for lunch, you've probably been there for a nice dinner, maybe a special event. But if you haven't been there for lunch, you really ought to consider it. They've got really good, healthy options. And they've also got some pretty substantial. How about a blackened salmon? That's pretty darn healthy. Comes with asparagus and a lemon beurre blanc.
Ooh,
delicious. Steak and frites, fantastic. They've got some lunch tacos, turkey melt, club, buffalo chicken, a caprese panini, and they've got pizzas too. If you want to go with a friend, maybe split lunch. It's a great way to do it at a very affordable cost. It's all at Cash in downtown. But again, for fine dining in the evening with that special someone or just yourself, Cash is a great spot. And today's Thursday, right? They're celebrating National Catfish Day a day late.
But I bet they're going to celebrate it right.
You know this is true. Go to their website, CACHELittlerock.com, or call them at 501-850-0265 if you want to book a special event. It is Cash. And, of course, in the evening time, it is free valet parking, too, so don't worry about trying to find a place to stick your car. You just pull up. They'll meet you. You walk in. You have a great experience. You walk back out, and they'll have the car waiting for you. Pretty amazing. Fantastic. It's Cash in downtown. Go by for lunch or dinner. And, again, book them for any special events.
Do you have to let it linger?
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agent Jay Helm, Jeremiah Matthews, or Jeff Hodge in Little Rock today.
It's the 4th of July Star Spangled Savings Sale at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. 60% off in-stock patio furniture, 50% off pool toys and floats, and 20 to 30% off ledge lounger furniture, cornhole sets, and lace pillows. 10 to 20% off all pool and spa chemicals, 10% off Pentair pool equipment, and how about free charcoal for a year with the purchase of a Big Green Egg. It's the 4th of July Star Spangled Savings Sale going on now through July 3rd at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville.
Gaeckle.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from Fletcher Dodge here in Sherwood. Our employee pricing program was such a big hit for May. We're going to do it again in June. We had a fantastic month, and you really responded. Remember, employee pricing simply means you pay what we pay. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. Folks, there is no gimmicks, no hoops. You pay what we pay. Only Fletcher Dodge has the discounts in addition to employee pricing of up to $14,000 and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Got some other great deals. New Jeep Wranglers, $7,000 off. New Jeep Compasses for only $379 a month with no money down. Don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com and get pre-approved in minutes right on the internet. FletcherCredit.com. At Fletcher Dodge, we're always going to give you the best price and the lowest finance rates. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road or shop us online at FletcherDeals.com.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can. Only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
You're back in the zone. You want to get into the show but too busy to call? Message us on our live fan feedback or text us on our text line at 501-661-1037.
All right, welcome back. It's 10:55, up against the top of the hour. Just a couple minutes left in the next hour. Gabe Gaeckle is going to join us one last time, thanks to Billy's Awards in Conway and Arkansas Digital Media. Also, the Red White Report brought to you by Ortho Now. And at high noon, Corey Feldman, actor, singer, joining us. Pretty hyped about this. You've seen Goonies, right?
Like highlights, not from start to finish.
Highlights, DJ. It's not a game. What are you talking about?
Well, I know,
just like on Reels or something?
I know the big guy where he says, "I want to take care of you now. You're going to come home with me."
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I know that one.
Chunk is that kid's name.
Is that his name?
Yeah, he has to do the truffle shuffle, too.
And Thanos is in it.
Yep, Josh Brolin.
Young Buck.
It's good. It's great.
Isn't there like a pirate ship? Am I making that up?
Pirate ship. Yep. The Fratellis, the bad people.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right, some D3 Auto Sales text offerings from our great listenership here today. Let's get to it. Rebecca says, I think it's great that the young guys on the OKC team didn't drink to celebrate. There are other ways to celebrate winning championships. That's right, like smoking weed. Good point, Rebecca. Alcohol sales are down 37% in my market, says a liquor rep. Yikes. Well, listen, I want you to know, liquor rep, I'm doing my part. All the young people smoke weed now, okay? Well, the gummies are definitely very popular with the children's. Justin, how did you work 7 days per week for 3 years, and what was it like getting a call on vacation and launching a show from scratch after those firings? How did I work 7 days a week for 3 years? It wasn't a lot of fun some days, but some days it was.
Firings?
There was an incident here back in the day, and they let the morning show go except for me, and I was in Mexico on my honeymoon, and they called me and said, hey, by the way, we let everybody on the morning show go when you get back. You're the guy. And I'm like, I don't know how to host a morning show. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Like, morning show here?
Like, I was a third wheel guy. Yes, here.
And they said, you got it.
You're hosting. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Was it awful at first?
It was so horrifically bad,
okay.
You can't even imagine. Early in my career, when I had no idea what I was doing, I'm sitting up here reading baseball scores, Christian. And it was in the summer, too. So it's like right now.
Oh, that's bad.
Awful. Like, if it had been football, it would have been okay. It was horrific. Thank God for Nathan Christian. He came over and hung out with me. It was great. And then we hired Tommy and David
at that time.
They brought in some guy that was friends with the program director at the time.
Okay.
From Cleveland, who didn't understand the market, and it was awful. Ken Silverstein. He tried, but it just was an awful situation. I wasn't ready. I wasn't any good at all. I gave him nothing. It was terrible. Anyway, Justin, yesterday's show was really entertaining with Coach Kelly and DJ, and the banter was classic. I know. And the next time I see Kevin Kelly, I'll punch him right in the throat.
I did have someone say that he was wrong.
Who?
About the technology. He said Tesla's better than this Waymo stuff.
No, he said, yes, he did say that.
Yeah, they said he's way wrong.
Ooh. I thought there was somebody from one stole technology and took it to the other, or vice versa.
You know, Tesla, when they drive, they use cameras, very advanced cameras. Waymo, apparently, they use sonar.
Ooh, like a whale.
So, I just watched a video about it. So, essentially, if a Tesla's approaching a wall that's painted that looks like
I've seen that.
It would run right into the wall. The Waymos wouldn't because they could tell the difference.
Well, you saw the kid at USC. The player said that his Tesla truck wouldn't basically stop, and like it ran him into a tree. Got knocked, he almost got caught in there. Gilbert's kid almost got burned up in there. Ooh. I read the story this morning. Very harrowing account.
Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram treats you like family because right now you get employee pricing plus.
Employee pricing plus?
You pay what we pay, plus get incentives you don't normally see with employee pricing, like interest rates as low as 3.9% APR on Ram half-ton trucks at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram on Alcoa Road in Benton.
Employee pricing plus. I get it.
See dealer for details.
Through the end of the month, shop the Hustler Turf Power Plus Performance Sales Event and save on select DeWalt products. Save up to $600 on a Hustler Fast Track Series mower or up to $350 with the purchase of a Hustler Raptor Series on select DeWalt products. Both the Fast Track and Raptor mowers boast all the features Hustler is known for, like their trademark smooth track steering, integrated parking brake, and heavy-duty fabricated steel decks and one-piece tubular frames. Stop in today at Cabot Outdoors or CabotOutdoors.com.
Listen to Morning Mayhem for your chance to finish the lyric with Justin Moore, brought to you by Honda of Russellville, where you can check out the new Honda Mud Pro Series ATVs or Goldwing trikes at HondaRussellville.com.
Our guys aren't so bad, right?
This is taking unsportsmanlike conduct to a whole new...
Well, maybe not. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
New details in a Hot Springs Village homicide. Police now say the victim was pregnant when she was killed. The crime lab has identified the victim as 42-year-old Lourdes del Carmen Nunez Brugos. She's originally from Paraguay. Police say they found her after 54-year-old Stephen Gantz led them on a high-speed chase that started and ended at the home where she died. Gantz is now charged with murder and fleeing. Arkansas will receive more than $44 million as part of a $7 billion opioid settlement between Purdue Pharma, the Sackler family, and all U.S. states. Attorney General Tim Griffin says the state will receive the funds annually. The payments will be divided into thirds, with 1/3 allocated to the state and managed by the Attorney General's office. The remaining 2/3 will be split between Arkansas municipalities and counties and managed by the Arkansas Opioid Recovery Partnership. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Partly cloudy, hot, and humid today. 95 our high temperature. Heat index value around 105. And yes, a heat advisory for today. Tonight, mostly clear, low 75. Tomorrow, a 10% chance of a shower or thunderstorm and a high of 96. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
It's Robert Irwin Jewelers' Summer of 1,000 engagement sale, and we've got a beautiful diamond engagement ring that you got to come in and check out. It's 3.5 carats of beautiful diamonds featuring a 3-carat lab-grown center for only $3,999. 5 locations or online at rijewelers.com.
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. Donald Shoup's 2005 book, The High Cost of Free Parking, is a provocative and funny treatise on the economic sparked reforms in many cities, helping to reduce traffic, create green spaces, and make cities more walkable. Shoup's followers referred to their bearded guru as Shoop Dog. He would do pretty much anything to get people to pay attention to the important issue of parking. Americans owe a debt to Dr. Shoop Dog. Sign up at Doublebees and pay with your Exxon credit card and save 10 cents a gallon at the pump. That is a deal, Lucille. Come on by and save some cash on some gas. Doublebees. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebees.
Welcome to Moe's. Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Moe Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for weekly specials. Stop by anytime, where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex, and you'll always hear us say, welcome to Moe's.
It's summertime, y'all, which means it's the best time of the year to be outdoors. For me, every day, that 10:30 a.m. run that I take on the Arkansas River Trail, that's what it's all about. Get done producing Morning Mayhem at 10, get home, hit the trail. It's great to be outside. It's great to be active. What can put a halt to your summer fun? It's joint pain. Hey, everybody, it's Josh Neighbors for QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics has helped tens of thousands of people achieve lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. Regenerative medicine used to be seen as an alternative, but now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics, they are the nation's leader. They have potent and powerful cellular level treatments that help revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain, they're going right after it. So say goodbye to that chronic pain that's keeping you from enjoying the summer sun and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440.
Celebrate 4th of July in downtown Wood Rock at the 41st anniversary of Pops on the River, presented by the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. This free community event will begin at 5 p.m. with free activities for kids, food trucks, Lost 40, live music, and concluding with the tradition of the Arkansas Sympathy Orchestra and a fireworks finale. Visit pops.arkansasonline.com or check today's Arkansas Democrat-Gazette for more information.
Dick's epic 4th of July sale is on. Get summer ready with 25% off select Stanley drinkware. Get 20% off Igloo coolers and water bottles and select bog bags. Buy one, get one 50% off DSG coolers, canopies, chairs, and water bottles. $200 off Callaway AI smoke irons and TaylorMade QI10 drivers. These deals won't last. Stock up for summer now, in-store or online at Dicks.com. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Drive Time Sports broadcasting live Friday from Crane Hyundai in Little Rock. Go to cranehyundaiLittleRock.com to see their inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. Feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go. Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, not a picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped mega of death took him to church. I like bleach, man. Why you had the stupidest verse? Let's do this the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots. And stocks through the roof. I heard
Pretender. Hour 2. I just had the best lunch.
Man. Good. I thought you were going to give me an ear of corn.
You didn't say you wanted it?
I said sure.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
You smashed it, didn't you?
I ate 2.5 ears. I literally ate 2.5 ears of corn and 2 chicken breasts in the break.
I was like, yeah, sure, cool.
Do you? We've had this conversation before. Do you?
I like the ear.
You turn it or you typewriter it? Like, do you turn it and eat in a circle and then just work your way down in a circle, or do you typewriter across?
A little. I don't. I'd have to eat one. It's been a while.
Ain't gonna be today.
It's been a while.
Some nice guy. I wish I had the info too. I'm not big on we have a lot of people who pay a lot of money to be on this station. I try not to give a whole lot of free plugs, but some dude dropped off a giant bag of corn. He said it was Mennonite corn.
Okay.
Now I don't know what Mennonite corn is, but it's delicious. I can tell you that because
corn
I had
made by Mennonites.
I guess came in this giant green bag, and apparently he's selling it locally. But let me tell you something. I bought some from the store the other day, and it was not Edwards Food Giant. It was convenient because it was by my girlfriend's house, and I stopped in there. It was hot trash. Bad. Bad. And then I made some more last night, and, dude, it was fire. I love corn on the cob. I could eat corn on the cob like 3 days a week. I love it.
Why do we call it corn on the cob? Shouldn't it just be corn?
Thank you, Mitch.
Did we get into this?
Yes, Mitch Hedberg.
Oh.
It's a great take on it. We played the clip the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just corn. Yeah. He said, you don't, take my arm off me and call my arm Mitch. Yeah, it's a great point.
You grill it?
No. I usually steam it or boil it.
Boil it.
Oh, man, I got to tell you a grill story.
I love a good grilled piece of corn, though. We got to go.
Dang.
Can you do it in a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Trent's like, hey, I got a word of advice for you. Because the other day, Ebony and I were sitting on the couch.
I'm already giving you that look because it's Trent. Trent's stories are funny.
Yeah, me and Ebony sitting on the couch, we heard a loud bang. We were like, what was that? We thought maybe somebody hit our car or something, but we went outside, didn't see anything, nothing. Trent came up to you the next day, and I was like, oh, my God, what happened to you? Eyebrows gone, hairline pushed back. He had a bad incident on the grill, blew up in his face.
Propane?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Bad news.
That sucks.
You should see him, though.
Oh, I can't wait to.
It looks a little weird.
Give me a picture.
All right.
Sounds wild. Yeah, man, you got to be messing around there. What was I going to tell you?
Sorry.
They got me thinking.
Got accidents.
But he's fine, no burns or anything, just doesn't have hair?
Oh, he looks a little crispy.
Oh, okay.
And he's going to the beach Friday, too. It's going to be tough.
He'd be fine.
He said it does. He's very uncomfortable. I mean, but he doesn't look like Freddy Krueger or anything.
Well, here's the good news.
But it'll come back.
It's just like getting in shape. It's like, here's the deal. You're going there with your woman. She's going to let you go upstairs with her at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how you look.
Well, he meant just as far as being comfortable.
Yeah, if his face is burned.
Yeah, his face is burned.
Yeah, that sucks.
Arms, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. Better stay under the shade.
Yeah.
Probably not good. Christian, I asked DJ, do you eat your corn in a circle or do you typewriter?
Circle.
Okay, I'm a typewriter guy. I mean, I get after it.
Ding.
3 pieces of corn. Out. Done. Later.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
Former Arizona outfielder, 2-time All-American Dakota Kennedy is transferred to Arkansas to join Courtney Deifel and the Arkansas softball team. Third-team selection in 24 and 25 with the Cats. Got to leave Tucson to go to Fayetteville. And I will tell you this, there aren't too many places in the Southwest that are easy to leave. But I do like Tucson. But, man, Fayetteville is probably a little better college environment.
I don't know. Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
State or Arizona?
Arizona.
Still.
I've been to Tucson several times.
Not very fun?
It's okay. I mean, it's a dry heat.
Okay.
Anyway, she started 44 of 61 games in left field in 2025, missed 17 because of injury. Career highs in batting average, 444. I don't even know if that's good. On-base percentage, 539. Slugging percentage, 689. OPS, 1.228. 60 hits, 10 doubles, 4 triples, 5 homers, 25 ribbies, and 48 runs scored. She also stole 7 bases. So, good job, Coach Deifel. And Dave Van Horn going to keep rolling with that as well, with more folks coming in. Got that shortstop this week. Got a couple of pitchers, the Vanderbilt guy and Jackson Wells. So, busy times. But in DJ's book, it's football season anyway, so nobody cares about anything about that.
That's right.
All right, let's get Gabe Gaeckle because I do care about him, and we're going to talk to him one last time here. Right now, let me get Mark in while we're lining up Gabe. What's up, Mark?
Hey, guys. Yeah, man, the best way to eat corn on a cob is to take a knife and slice it off after you've cooked it. And this is why, because, you know, if you eat it on the cob, you know how you get all the kernels and crap stuck in your teeth, and you got to get a toothpick. And if you slice it off with a knife, you don't have that problem at all.
Two things.
As George Costanza would say, how do you eat it? With your hands?
Two things, Mark. First of all, eating it when you cut it off the cob is not eating corn on the cob anymore. Now it's just eating corn.
Now you're just eating corn.
Yeah, so that's not even the same thing. Second of all, I just ate 2.5 ears of corn in the break. Not one kernel is stuck in my teeth. So it sounds like you got a tooth problem, sir. You got to see your dentist about that.
By sophomore Razorback pitcher Gabe Gaeckle. Gaeckle appeared in 22 games last year, recording 57 strikeouts with a 2.32 ERA. He comes into this season with a preseason All-SEC first-team honors. He's brought to you by Arkansas Digital Media and Billy's Awards. Arkansas Digital Media can create awareness and generate exposure for your business, organization, or event. For all your trophy, award, and engraving needs, go to Billy's Awards. For more information on both, go to arkansasdigitalmedia.com or billysawards.com.
One last time for this season, and you're going to watch me work here, DJ, Christian. I'm going to try to get a commitment for next year, but don't tell him I said that. Okay. Gabe Gaeckle joining us on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. Gabe, welcome back.
How are you guys?
We are good, my friend. How are you, more importantly?
Doing good. Doing good.
Well, you've had a couple of days to sort of marinate, I guess, on what was a really impressive run, but also obviously a heartbreaking one with the way things ended a little bit earlier than we wanted. So give me some perspective now that you've had a little time here.
Yeah. Incredible season, and, it was an unreal group of guys that I was able to share the field with. So, it was a great year, and, we fell a little short, but, it was a fun year.
How was it pitching on the World Series stage? You come in relief and absolutely dominated, and then you got another chance to come in and had, largely a very, very impressive outing. I know you gave up the one, you said a couple of pitches, I think you told me in postgame that you would like to have back. But in general, how was that experience? 25,000, you had great crowds for both the nights you pitched.
Yeah, it was amazing. You kind of dream of pitching in those games when you're a little kid, and, to get out on that mound is, it was a dream come true. So it was a lot of fun, and, hopefully we'll be back there next year.
Coach Van Horn talked after the game about how much he cares about the guys and how much he loved this particular team. You've been around a lot of teams over the years, and I don't want to ask you to compare, but it sounds like there was something pretty special about the camaraderie and the closeness of this team.
Yeah. I mean, I can just compare the two teams I've been on since I've been here, and I'd say this group was, really close compared to the team I was on my freshman year. So, it was a really fun team, man. And, some of those guys aren't going to be in the locker room next year, which I'm going to be a little bummed about. But, yeah, I love this group of guys. It was a lot of fun.
Gabe, we've been talking a lot the last few days about the core group. And, again, assuming no transfers, and you guys are also talented, and it's just such a good program. And it's sort of a standard bearer nationally that there will be people coming after you guys, even though that doesn't happen. Wink, wink. But I'm looking at you and Ryder in the postgame, and I'm thinking, man, what a great core to build around, especially with the other guys that we expect, like Nolan and Cuhillo and some of the other guys that we expect to be back this year. How do you feel about that, and how do you see your role changing from a leadership standpoint this year?
Yeah, I think, there's a lot to look forward to about next year. I mean, we've got Ryder and Souza will be back, and Coach will be back, and Cuhillo will be back. They'll kind of anchor the offense a little bit. And then we've got me and Gibbler and, a few other arms returning. So it's definitely a good core group. And, we made a deep run this year, so we kind of know how to get back to Omaha next year. And, we've got a lot to look forward to.
Absolutely. Congratulations again on being invited back to the USA Baseball tryouts and an opportunity for you to keep playing against some top competition, then maybe get a trip to Japan as well. Tell me about the experience last year, and if that, how do you feel like that maybe helps you this year if it does?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be able to be on the team last year, and it was a lot of fun. You got a lot of the other players in the country who are big draft prospects, and so it's kind of fun just to be around them, and maybe you can ask them about some questions you have, or you kind of learn from each other. So it's an amazing experience, and I'm looking forward to get back out there tomorrow.
Absolutely, that's exciting. So you are you already there, or what's the travel schedule? What's the schedule for you guys this week?
No, I'm in Fayetteville right now. Me and the rest of the guys will head out tomorrow, and plan on being there for a few weeks.
I like that. Have you been to Japan before?
I've never been out of the country, so
let's go.
We'll see how I do with the long flight, but I'm not a fan of flights, so I'm not sure how the 16-hour trip will be for me.
Yeah, well, I won't encourage you to do what I do when I travel, and I was nervous back in the day, but it involves a lot of alcohol. So I'm sure there's probably something you can get from your doctor to help you relax. And, yeah, flying to Japan, I don't care how much you like flying. That's a long trip for sure, but, man, what a worthy one that would be. Maybe we can get Japan to come to us. I don't know. What are we doing here? I mean, why we got to go? Anyway.
Yeah, they came to us last year, so we got to go to them this year. So.
Okay. Well, that'll be a cool experience for you for sure, I would think, if you end up on the team, and I hope that you do. And you had to feel great, I would think, about the way you threw it. I mean, were you pleased with your performance? I mean, that first one especially was just absolutely lockdown dominant, incredible. And we saw a couple of those, and we talked about Gage's performance when I met you in the locker room. But did you feel good about the way you performed?
Yeah. I just went out there and competed, and the coaches say that all the time. That's all they can ask for, no matter what the results are. And so I feel like I did that to the best of my ability. And, that Jones home run, I can live with that pitch just because, I still felt like it was the right pitch. I thought he was going to be all over the slider, so that's what I got him on all weekend, and he wasn't. So props to him. But, I was happy with how I competed out there.
Yeah, and for those who were crying about him not being walked, I guess he ended up getting the hit at the end there, and a lot of people were like, "Well, why didn't you walk him and load the bases?" Well, he struck out 5 times in the first game against Arkansas, so you guys definitely have had his number. So whatever you've been doing certainly makes a lot of sense. Absolutely, so I get that. We're talking to Gabe Gaeckle if you're just tuning in on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. Looking back on the season, already looking forward to next season and some of the off-season things that they've got going. Again, it's brought to you by our friends at Billy's Awards in Conway and Arkansas Digital Media. This is only for my own information because I have not seen anything definitive. And again, this is not to poke at the Golden Spikes Award winner. We were just curious if anything was said after the game. And again, it's the heat of the moment. You're getting the lead runner. I mean, it's not like it's a completely, brain-dead kind of play, but we were all curious about the decision by Fahiva to go to third base instead of trying to turn the double play that would have ended that game against LSU. I never saw an interview with him after the game, Gabe, so I'm just really curious. Again, I'm not to bash him. You know us well enough to know that's not our jam, but I was just curious what his thinking was on going to third. Is it just to get the lead runner? Was there more to the story there? Did he think you guys were going to get a third to first double play, or do you have any idea what he was thinking there?
I personally didn't ask him, but I think he's the best defensive shortstop in the country, and that guy's internal clock in terms of where the runners are at and all that is second to none. So you can look back at it and say maybe if we rolled through there, the game's over. But with whatever Fahiva does, I'll usually typically get right behind him and support whatever move he wants to make, just because he's so good out there. So I never got to ask him about it, and I didn't think I had to ask him about it, but it all.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
I mean, look, there's a million plays that go into a baseball game, and there were a couple opportunities where guys got stranded at third that could have changed the outcome. I mean, it's not just that play. We were just all curious about what was going through his mind at that point. Just strictly a curiosity thing, not a criticism in any way. So, we are all assuming and hopeful, and the way you talked after the game about your appreciation for Coach Van Horn and the staff, that you will be back next season. You feel 100% committed? You feel pretty good, or are you thinking about maybe getting in the portal?
No, I'm. This is my home, man. I love it here. This coaching staff is, I love these guys. So, I'll definitely be back next year, and I think all the guys are this group of sophomores and freshmen. I'm pretty positive overall coming back. So
it was great to hear, watching Coach get choked up afterwards. I mean, he cares. He's not the most emotional guy. He's usually very measured, but he got emotional a couple times in this postseason. You could tell like this team was really special to him. And then to hear you and Ryder talk glowingly about Coach and the staff, I thought was really cool. And for me, that's the lasting memory. That and Gage's no-no that are going to stick with me from this particular World Series. Just if you would expand on that a little bit, what they've meant to you and why you're so appreciative, I guess, of the coaching staff, the way you talked about it in the postgame.
Yeah, I mean, I think the staff really cares about the players, and they put in a lot of time to help us, not as baseball players, but even as humans, and so they do everything for us. And so, I mean, when we all leave home out of high school and come to college, it's kind of our second home, and ever since I stepped foot here, they kind of felt like a family, and so. I've loved the group of guys and coaches that I've been able to be around these past 2 years.
So hopefully you get to spend a long time in Japan as part of a USA Victory Tour over there. What else is on tap for you this summer?
I'm going to go throw out there, and then I think after that I'll shut down throwing for a little bit, and I think I'm going to go home for about a week or so at the end of July and just relax a little bit. I think I'll maybe take a trip to Lake Tahoe and just decompress a little bit. So definitely a little relaxing at the end of the summer, but then I'll probably be back here early August.
Are you sit on a beach or sit on a boat guy, or are you a water sports guy? You get out there and ski or kneeboard or wakeboard, or what's your jam on the water?
I'm a little bit of both. I kind of relax on the boat a little more than getting out there just so I get worried about getting hurt or something. But I mean, tubing's really fun, and wakeboarding I enjoy, but I don't do it anymore just because I don't want to get injured. So there's a little bit of me having fun out there, but I try to be a little bit cautious.
Yeah, I got 2 words for you, Gabe. Bubble wrap. Okay, we can't have you getting hurt, man. We need to keep you protected. So you be safe out there and be responsible. So that's good. How long do you shut it down where you're comfortable, where you're like, oh, man, I don't want to go any longer than this. It's going to be too much to come back from as far as getting rusty.
I'm not exactly sure what the plan. I haven't talked to the coaches about it. I think no more than a few weeks. I mean, a few weeks I probably won't touch a ball, but then I'll ease back into it after that. So it won't be too long.
So we got you committed to the Razorbacks next year. Can we get you committed to the zone next year? You want to make an agreement here?
Yeah, I think I'm up for it. It was a good year, and I enjoyed it. So we can definitely figure that one out.
We had a blast, and we would love to get you back next year. Now, we also talked off the air a little bit about Ryder, and if he's down. I met his mom, and she's a firecracker, and his little brothers are incredible. Have you ever spent any time with Ryder's 11-year-old brother?
I have. He's a character, man. He's a good kid. So, Ryder's got a good family out in California.
I've got 40-year-old friends that aren't as articulate as his 11-year-old brother. I mean, that kid is something. So,
yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah, well, I told the guys on the air yesterday, I said, we're either going to get Ryder next year, or I'm going to set up a segment with his brother. So if he doesn't want his 11-year-old brother telling us all the insight about Razorback baseball, he needs to commit right now. Not that I'm blackmailing him, but I think actually we might try to do both. I don't know. He's really good, though. Pretty hilarious kid. So.
Yeah.
No,
he's a good kid.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, man, I really appreciate you. It was a blast this year. Looking forward to another run to Omaha next year, and I know our sponsors appreciated the segments. They love being a part of it, and hope you had a good time with us some of the time, and the times that weren't so great, maybe you forgot about those already. So we hope to do it again next year, and best of luck to you over in Japan and with USA Baseball.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
You bet. All right. Gabe Gaeckle, one last time.
Gabe Gaeckle.
What a stud.
I like the commitment, too. No doubt.
Yeah.
Now,
he's a little waffly on the zone one. I mean, he's like, well, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What's in it for Gabe?
Yeah, well, I get it.
He doesn't seem like a third-person guy, though.
No.
Anyway, looking forward to having him back next year. We got another segment or two coming up at high noon. Corey Feldman is going to. I'm really excited about this. I don't know if you guys are as excited about this as I am, but it's cool.
I can see it in your face.
I mean, you're talking about this guy's on a top 10 list of stars that we've ever had on the show, I would think.
You think so?
Okay. We can do it in the next segment. We'll go through like the biggest names we've ever had on the show. There's 2 that pop out in my mind.
Not including like Touchdown Club, right?
Okay, not counting Touchdown Club, just on the show in general.
Yeah. Kevin Costner's one.
He's number one. He's our core list.
Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church.
We're going to do it in the next segment.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
right now.
Let's just
right
throw
now,
a bunch of names out.
I want to tell you about Standing Firm Farms.
I love them.
Okay, there we go. Great meat, as always. I want to tell you about my friends at Standing Firm Farms. That's in Greenbrier. Bobby and David Gilmore. They produce that high-quality Angus beef that is ready to purchase. Now, they got the steak just cuts like butter. All right, the fillets are amazing. They're all cut perfectly in size. Burgers are fantastic for tacos. You can grill burgers with them. It doesn't matter what you want, they got you covered. And you got to get that burger steak bundle box. And this is how you can prepare for dinner. All right, there's no comparison when ordering at Standing Firm Farms. Now, you can't purchase higher quality meat like this, Angus beef, at the grocery store. All right, so just for a couple extra bucks more per pound, even if that, you are guaranteed to have the highest quality Angus beef in Arkansas that they have to offer over there at Standing Firm Farms in Greenbrier. And I don't know if y'all really know, if you really like to cook, there is a difference in higher quality meat. There's no doubt about it. It is worth every single penny, if you're asking me. You can go to standingfirmfarms.com to see all the selections you can have there. And the cool thing about it, too, you got to know what you're eating, what you're putting in your body. You don't have to worry about sprays or chemicals, none of that stuff. This is all injection-free, just some high-quality grass-fed beef, ribeye, filet, sirloin, New York strip, chuck roast, ground beef. They got it all. You can go to their website or call my friend Bobby Gilmore at 501-460-1688.
The Zone will be on location at Bradford Marine and ATV in Hot Springs Monday for their 4th of July firecracker sale. Boat prices have been slashed. Tracker, Nitro, Ranger, Tahoe, and Sun Tracker pontoons have been drastically reduced. Shop for your new boat online at bradfordmarine.com.
This is SportsCenter.
Last night in the NBA draft, the top of the draft was not too surprising as Cooper Flagg went number 1 to the Mavericks and Dylan Harper went 2 to the Spurs. The first shock was BYU guard Jaeger Dimon going 8th overall to the Nets. Brooklyn held 5 picks on the night and made all 5 of them, choosing not to make any trades. They picked 2 other guards who are not known for shooting to go along with Jaeger Dimon and Frenchman Nolan Traore and Israeli Ben Saraf. They also selected UNC wing Drake Powell and Michigan big man Danny Wolf. The other huge surprise, one of the biggest in recent memory, is Chinese big man Hansen Yang being selected by the Trailblazers at 16th overall. For many, he was not expected to be selected anywhere close to the first round. Portland also has 3 other big men on their roster. Razorback prospect Adu Thero did not get selected in round 1. Round 2 is tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network. The games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites. Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer, and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages, from melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame-level burgers. Stop by today or order online in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro. Game on.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Through the end of the month, shop the Hustler Turf Power Plus Performance Sales Event and save on select DeWalt products. Save up to $600 on a Hustler Fast Track Series mower or up to $350 with the purchase of a Hustler Raptor Series on select DeWalt products. Both the Fast Track and Raptor mowers boast all the features Hustler is known for, like their trademark smooth track steering, integrated parking brake, and heavy-duty fabricated steel decks and one-piece tubular frames. Stop in today at Cabot Outdoors or CabotOutdoors.com.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you're loving what you hear on The Zone, you should try our video stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, or X if you're a nerd. Now let's get back into The Zone.
After listening to Bubba yesterday, I'm never calling it X again. What do you say?
Yeah. They were getting hit hard with X.
They were going hard on X?
Yeah, they were going hard on X.
It's like, nah, man. Told me it reminded me of some of my buddies from college. Can't have it. Anyway, let's get calling here from Hot Springs. This is Tom. Tom, you're in the zone. Welcome.
Hey. Hey, so I just wanted to call and thank you. You probably haven't gotten a call like this, or maybe you have. So I'm calling because today is two-year anniversary of
Tom, can we get up on the phone?
Hey, Tom, I'm having a hard time. Tom, hang on a second. I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can we try again? There we go.
Some people call you butthole.
Tom, I cannot understand anything you're saying, man. He said I haven't gotten a call like this, and he's right. I've not heard a call like this. Tom.
Hey, buddy.
Tom's on a run. Let's try him again. Tom, call back.
Call back.
Or fix your phone. Christian, maybe talk to him off the air. Let me put him back on hold. Oh, he hung up. Did you hang up on him?
I hung up on him. He can call back.
Christian. He was trying to tell us something. Might have been mean, might have been nice. I don't know.
He said he was going to thank you for something. I think he was going to be nice.
Okay. Well, I want to hear from him. Tom, try it again. Sorry about that. Could not understand anything you were saying, buddy. Craig says, hey, Wiz, your thoughts on OKC picking up Thomas from Georgetown? Seems like they keep loading up on great talent. Sounds like a good kid.
I love it. I like Thomas Sorber a lot.
JR says, please ask Corey Feldman about his experience making the movie Stand By Me with River Phoenix, Jerry O'Connell, and Will Wheaton.
I'm trying to think of the best child cast ever, and that's got to be up there, right?
Pretty good. And it's too bad because we didn't get to see. Yeah, no doubt. I can't remember the one girl's name that was in Goonies, what the actress's name is. She was the one that ended up having it out with Corey Feldman's character, and then they ended up kissing at the end. She has a very unique look to her. She was also in Parenthood with Steve Martin. Can't remember her name. Anyway, man, Stand By Me is such a good movie. Such a well-acted film. Boy, Jerry O'Connell, it's hard to believe that was him. Little fat kid.
I don't know. I haven't seen this one.
You never seen Stand By Me? It's based on a book from Stephen King, one of his shorts from his book that also had Shawshank Redemption in it. Martha Plimpton, thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah.
You don't meet a lot of girls named Martha these days that are under the age of 100. Ask the Wiz what he thinks about Coward to the Grizz.
I like Coward a lot. I think he was one of the best shooters in the draft. He had a bit of an unusual journey to the NBA. He started out in D3, playing D3 basketball, went to Eastern Washington for 2 years, played 5 games at Washington State, and now he's a lottery pick.
Okay, that's a good story. DJ, ask your guys at Standing Firm Farms if I can purchase some beef fat to grind into my deer meat, please, and thank you.
Okay.
Put that on your list. This is the Esau's corn in Dumas. Yeah, Melinda Mayo let me know that too. Esau corn, top notch. Some gentleman brought a bag to the station yesterday, and I crushed some last night with my dinner, and it was phenomenal. Just read where the morning crew was fired in 2004. Yeah, those were just some dark days. We've come back from that. It was a long time ago. Hard to believe it was 20 years ago. Actually, the best way is to slice off before and put it in an iron skillet with half a stick of sweet cream butter and fry it. There's so many ways to make corn great, but I'm happy to just eat it off the deal there. Justin, comment of it's just corn is my same thought of tea is just tea until you add sugar to make it sweet. Naturalist is unsweetened, so why do we say unsweetened tea? Stats in Conway. That's a great point.
Good question.
Yeah, just like corn on the cob.
Is Esau corn sweet corn, or is it?
It was sweet, yes. It was delicious, man. And I grew up eating a lot of good local corn. Corn was phenomenal. So I would say definitely go
That's
get
what
some.
I was known for. If you say it's good, then.
Listen, buddy. I know my way around an ear of corn, you know what I mean? What's up, Tom? Sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's my bad. AirPods or whatever.
Okay, much better.
Technology. Anyways, I'm just calling. You probably haven't gotten a call like this, or maybe you have, but today marks my 2-year anniversary of sobriety, not drinking, haven't drank a drop
in 2 years. And oddly enough, I'm calling to thank you. Some people would say you're a butthole. I don't take that. I think you're opinionated and you call a spade, which is why I'm calling. Is about 3 years ago, 10:30 in the morning, I called your show and, was acting a fool. And you made the comment like, hey, buddy, take it easy on the sauce, And at that moment, as any alcoholic in denial, I was like, who does he think he is saying that I'm, drunk? And, of course, I was hammered at 10:30 in the morning in a Wendy's parking lot mixing orange juice with vodka. But anyways, after you said that, like they said, the truth hurts, and it marinated with me, and I was like, what am I doing calling in radio shows drunk at 10:30 in the morning? So I just wanted to call to thank you for being you and calling a spade, no matter how much it hurts somebody's feelings, because sometimes that's what people need. So anyways, that's my 2 cents. I appreciate it. I know you're not like a sobriety, superhero guy. That's not your platform, but in some ways, in this case, it did help. So
listen,
thank you much, and I'm going to keep carrying on.
Tom, I applaud you, first of all. Thank you for the call, and that is the first time I've ever gotten a call like that. And if being a butthole is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
That's awesome.
You're the
man.
man.
Yeah,
buddy,
Tom,
congratulations. That's great. Good for you, man.
Appreciate it, Justin.
Take care, brother. All right, buddy. That's awesome.
That is cool.
God, I accidentally influenced somebody in a positive way.
Look at
Damn
you.
it. I was on a good streak. I was ruining everybody.
Oh, man.
That's awesome. Good for
That is
Tom.
cool.
God, that kind of gave me chills a little bit.
A little bit, right? Me
Golly.
too. I didn't know where we were going at first.
I know. I was like, this is going to be bad.
And it took a great turn.
All right.
Good job,
so,
Justin.
best guest we've ever had in this.
Oh, yes. We were back to that. Thank you, Christian, for keeping us on task. I need more of that.
Kevin Costner is 1.
Number 1.
What about Kareem?
Number 2.
Okay. Shaq?
Number 3. You're on the same page.
Charles Barkley?
Chuck is great.
Yeah, we've had it a couple times.
I mean, I could put Shaq and Chuck and Kareem are all kind of. But Kareem
Didn't we have Jerry West on the show one time?
had Jerry West, too. We've had some great legends on here, man. That's a great point. The logo. He does not like being considered the logo. But he didn't have to worry about
Well,
it.
he never got paid for it.
Well, that too.
None of these have been while I was on the show so far.
Kareem was next level because
Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar.
Wow.
Because he is. I just have so much.
He's so smart.
Not that I don't respect the other guys. I respect them a lot. But, like, there's something about Kareem. He's sort of like this.
He's like Gandhi, but a basketball
Yeah,
player.
I was just going to say, like, I almost said deity. That's the wrong word. He's not a god. But he's almost like this. He's just such a cool guy in general and an amazing person. And he's just a laid-back dude who loves jazz and reading. And, I don't know, he's just a neat guy.
Part of the black movement of the late 1960s and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, civil rights. Wimby is following in his steps, by the way. He's been at a Shaolin temple for like 2 weeks.
Well, listen.
Shaved his hair. He's doing stuff with the monks.
Is he going to work on his jumper over there?
I don't know. Where would you put Tim Robbins?
For me, top 10 for sure.
Okay.
I love
I
Tim
think he's
Robbins.
above Feldman.
Yeah, I can give you that.
Who else have we had?
I need to go back and look through all the ones we've had on. We've had some really, really good ones. That's a pretty good group, though, right there. That's a pretty good collection. This is from our Whit Davis Lumber Plus live fan feedback.
The Heisman winner?
Yeah, Archie Griffin. We were talking about non-touchdown club. Yes.
No, the Wise Guys. When we did an interview with Tim Brown, Troy Brown, Tim Brown.
Tim Brown. Tim Brown was a good
Gotta
one.
be up there.
That's a great one. Yes, Tim Brown was amazing. Good point.
Was that wasn't Touchdown Club?
No, I did that when we were in Hot Springs. I was at the hotel
In
Hot
person.
Springs. Yeah.
What about George Takei?
George Takei was great. Oh, my. Mr. Sulu. Foreign-born players are dominating college golf, this person says. Just like the caller said they are in tennis. Men's and women's golf has an issue with American-born players not getting the chances the foreign players get.
Maybe
Okay.
the American-born players should be better.
Sounds
How
like
about that?
Sounds like it's from the morning show. Xenophobic!
Get good.
No, you listen. You look at. Here's my thing. There's a lot of good golfers in America. I don't buy that. It is weird to me when I see. I was like, how good was this dude from wherever Timbuktu? Instead of like finding a kid from like Schenectady,
Right down the road.
I mean, there's got to be, right? I'd have to talk to a golf coach about it. I'm not going to argue. I assume they're doing it because look, they don't get paid extra to bring in kids from overseas. I don't think, unless there's some sort of financial benefit, like maybe they got to pay an arm and a leg to go to school there. I don't guess that's probably the case.
I don't guess that the Chinese Communist Party is paying us to take a Chinese golfer or something.
No, but I don't know if there's some sort of international fee. You're certainly going to pay out-of-state tuition. I don't know how much money they're giving these kids to come play.
Yeah.
I'm assuming at places that aren't Arkansas, it's probably not that much. So I don't know how that works. I really don't. I could not be more ignorant about it. But anyway, we need to take a break early here a little bit. What do we decide to do?
The top of the hour is just floating.
Okay,
so, really
we'll just hit it whenever.
Take it.
Okay. All right, Corey Feldman is coming on at 12-ish. So sometimes they call a little early. Sometimes they call a little late.
I'm playing this because Corey Feldman's new song is heavily Beatles inspired.
It's called Characters. We should probably play a little bit of it and prepare the listeners before we get him on.
Yes. And after.
And after we have to play it. They really want to push the song. But listen, I like Corey Feldman a lot. I mean, I watched a lot of interviews and preparing to talk to him today. I think he seems like a good dude, but, how it's going to go today, I don't know. He may not talk to us the same way he talks to, Drew Barrymore or...
Right.
I saw an interview he did with Billy Corgan. He's got a podcast. By the way, Billy Corgan's a really good interviewer. But again, when you're talking to a fellow celebrity, it's probably a little different than he's talking to a bunch of jamokes in Little Rock, so I don't know. I don't mean brag. A jamoke, at least one. Anyway. Do you have a question for Corey Feldman? Okay, good. You let me handle it. Okay.
All you need is love. All you need is love.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
When Second's making a play, Short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Sam Eklund in Star City for a free personal protection review.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Serious injuries happen every day. If it happens to you, don't wait. Dial 8. Dial 8 for Rainwater, Holton, Sexton. 888-8888. Anywhere in the state, dial 8. We've got you covered, Arkansas. Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
The Big Lot. The Big Lot. It's got the big
things are going on at the Big Lot at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram on Alcoa Road in Benton.
How big are we talking here?
How about employee pricing plus?
Plus what?
Plus sales tax paid.
My sales tax too?
We've got the inventory. We've got the deals. You pay what we pay. Plus, get your sales tax paid at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alcoa Road at I-30 in Benton.
Hawks Homes are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryant, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
The Zone is back. We can't always promise we'll be on our A game.
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes.
But Justin Acri and DJ Williams will try their best to make it a smile and a glory hole day for you.
It is 11:47.
Yeah, it is.
And that is the end of the story. Coming up, Corey Feldman. I'm going to be really disappointed if this isn't fun. I'm really excited about this. I'll quit talking about it. We've also got Evan Cohen coming up in the final hour. He's going to talk to us about the NBA draft. And should be great.
I think he's a Heat fan, if I remember correctly.
Is he?
I think so.
He does the 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. show on Buzz 2 on ESPN.
Have you ever heard of Freddie Mercury with Queen?
Have I ever heard of him?
Heard of him?
Let me think. Christian, it doesn't ring a bell.
You know, We Are the Champions, that song?
Yeah.
We are the... Sing it. Sing a few bars.
Does it end with Of the World?
Of the World.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I found that out today.
What do you mean?
It doesn't end with We Of the World.
Oh, the last song, part of the song?
Yeah.
I don't know about the last line, but
No,
it's
it
in
goes
the song.
into a whole different thing, right?
No, it ends with We Are the Champions, but not Of the World.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
No.
I always thought it was.
He says "of the world" several
At
times
some
within the
point,
song.
yeah.
Okay.
A couple times.
Well, he does say it within the song. That's 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But if you listen to it, then it'll catch you off guard. It's like they forgot to finish the song.
He says, "We are the champions, my friend." I
It
don't
says,
know.
We are the champions. We are the champions. End of song.
And it just fades out.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't heard in a minute, but okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
We did a Mandela effect game today at work.
Yeah, it's not my favorite Queen song anyway, but
no.
There's very few Queen songs that if it comes on, I wouldn't change it.
Really?
I've just heard them too many times. I don't
oh
wanna hear
boy,
it.
now wait a minute, that's a bridge too far, sir. I'm gonna try to refresh your memory on Goonies. DJ, you want to hear a little bit of his song?
Yes. Do I?
I should probably let you hear it beforehand, because he's gonna be on in like 10 minutes, and I don't
Okay.
want. I want to get your. I better get your natural reaction now, just in case you don't like it.
Okay.
Okay, ready for this? This is called "Characters" by Corey Feldman.
We are all just characters in each other's lives. Play our roles in different ways. We're masters of disguise. We wear the mask to hide our face, bringing shadows from the past. But soon enough, the image fades and no longer fits the cast. We're all just characters. Every day is a brand new scene. We do our best to say the words on the pages in between.
All right. First reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
But you know what? This one right here. This was my dream, my wish. And it didn't come true. So I'm taking it back. Taking them all back.
That's from Goonies.
You know what kind of vibe that gave me? One of those songs from Aldous Snow from Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yes.
Kind of give me a little vibe like
I
that.
like it. I like his stuff. Yes. What was that song he was singing on stage? That was
So into
one.
you, or I want to be
Yes.
into you, or something like that. Gives you that kind of vibe.
Oh man. Well, that guy's got an interesting story.
Yeah.
That actor slash comedian
Russell
Brand.
I'm about to say
Yeah.
Crowe. Russell Brand.
Speaking of, did you see his ex-wife is getting? They're broken up
Divorced again, yeah.
They're not. Were they married? I don't think they were ever officially
Okay,
married.
no, I don't think.
She's been with Pirates of the Caribbean guy.
Orlando
Keira
Bloom
Knightley?
for quite some time.
No.
Wait.
Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom have been together.
Oh,
They
yeah,
have a
yeah,
kid
yeah.
together.
I forgot she was with Russell
There were
Brand.
rumors going around that they were breaking up to the point that they were fighting over who got to go to the Jeff Bezos wedding.
Who,
Anyway,
Orlando Bloom and Katie?
yes, but I thought, this is
No, it's
overblown.
not.
Apparently, he made fun of her about her space deal.
Good.
I know.
She was doing way too much.
Some people need to hear the truth, DJ. They don't want to hear it. They
Yes,
don't want to hear it.
It's hard for some
yeah,
people.
it is.
Yeah, she was doing too much.
So I guess the bottom line is she's back on the market, like Dolly Parton.
What'd she say? We're creating space in space. I bet you thought she was like, that's a bar. It's lame.
Her new music is awful, too.
What?
It's awful.
She's had some good ones, though.
She has over the years, for sure.
She
She's had
has
some great ones.
some bangers.
Yeah, she does.
As the kids say.
100%.
Yeah, she does. I'll blare it up. I like the what's the one with Juicy J?
Yes.
Dark Horse.
Dark
That's probably
Horse,
my favorite one, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a banger.
I mean, the fireworks song is catchy.
That's a great one too.
She's
I mean,
had
were
some
you
great
putting that
songs.
with no, it's second.
I
to-
Kissed a Girl.
No, Miley Cyrus is Party in the USA.
Oh, that's a great one too.
Firework or Party in the USA?
Party in the USA is a hard going song. I love that one. I'd probably listen to that one more.
Yeah,
I like that
I
song.
felt like I hopped off the plane at LAX.
I know.
You know, I did.
I know. Are we still dudes? Anyway, I'll turn in a card or something. Anyway, this segment is brought to you in part by my friends at UAMS. If you are dancing too hard to a Miley Cyrus song or maybe a Corey Feldman song and you hurt your ankle or hurt your neck or your back, guess what? You roll up in there and they will get you squared away. The Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health is where Ortho now is. It is a walk-in clinic right off I-630, very conveniently located. Sports injuries, joint pain, sprained ankle, back pain, any which way you get it, any old age, doesn't matter, young, old, or in between. Go by and see our friends over there, and they can get you feeling good again. Patients get on-site x-rays. You get immediate access to fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. You get the best possible care when it's needed the most. That's the bottom line. And they are open 8 until 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Friday, 8 until noon on Saturday. And they are conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. 501-686-8674. 501-686-TOSH. A couple other stories from the world of sports, boys. U.S. sprinter Chris Robinson, not the lead singer of the Black Crowes, experienced a wardrobe malfunction during a race on Tuesday. Despite the accident, he was not deterred, still crossing the finish line in first place.
Nice.
It was at the Ostrava Golden Spike meet in the Czech Republic. It was captured on television. 24-year-old competed in the 400 meters. As they approached the 400-meter hurdle, As they approached the last hurdle, the left side of his shorts rode up his leg and exposed little Chris Robinson.
Little?
It. Out.
Did he win? You said he won?
Yes.
Good.
He was running and jumping, and he tried to put it back in his shorts while he was running, and he still won the race. Once he crossed the finish line, he fell inadvertently, putting his jewels back on display. So apparently, not his best day.
Oh, my God.
Have you heard about this?
No.
Poor Chris Robinson. But hey, he won.
Yeah.
Would you rather win and have your stuff fall out or lose and have it stay where it belongs?
Well, it depends if I would be ashamed of said stuff.
I don't know.
So I would say I'd rather win.
Yeah, I would too. Nobody's going to notice if mine does. It's it's something. You know, I would think that they would wear compression shorts.
Yeah.
As sprinters. Like, I would think you keep everything buttoned up in there nice. I don't want that flipping and flopping
Just
around
flopping
anyway.
all up.
I mean, and even if you aren't, like, well endowed, your nuggets, you don't want them bouncing around while you're running at breakneck speed.
Yeah, there's just one dude in our industry. God, it's like I have to step up and say something, Justin.
What?
Because, like, he
talking about news?
Yeah, he posts these jump rope videos.
Okay.
He does it for a really cool cause. I'll give him that.
Todd Jacobian?
But
who is it?
But like,
I can see Todd being a jump rope
like,
guy.
it's so obvious.
He's not wearing unders?
What's going on? I'm like, bro, okay, like.
You think he's just trying to show off his John Hamm?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's married with like a really cool like cause of like health awareness and all this stuff, and he's
Is
awesome.
this national? Who is this?
I'll show you. I don't want to put him out. I mean, I would say
If it's national,
I feel
who
like
cares?
I'm putting them out, but like, I get it. You know, I'll show you.
Okay.
It's been going on
Who
too
is
long.
it?
Is this national or local?
Kind of national. Yeah, it's
Okay.
national.
I mean, kind of national. It's either
National.
national or his logo.
Who
Which,
cares what they think then?
National. You're right. Yeah, do the thing. Huh?
Huh?
I'll show you in break. I'll
okay.
tell you in break.
Did you run track growing up?
I'm a big compression short wearer.
See.
Like I need all that just
I think from a
compressed.
performance standpoint, that's the point of compression shorts. So I would think as a high-level sprinter, you would wear them.
I bet they have those shorts with like the lining that's supposed like kind of like sprinters, not
Yes.
sprinters, like long distance runners.
But those lining, there's nothing to those. I just don't know how compression shorts don't help you no matter what your event is.
Yeah.
I mean, the only person that could argue maybe you don't want them is if you're going to do, like, my favorite sport. You know what it is. The one where they jump in the puddles.
What?
Steeplechase.
Oh,
You're
that's
like, I don't
weird.
want my compression shorts getting wet. The whole thing is weird.
That's weird. He does wear compression shorts most of the time.
Who does? Chris Robinson?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, he probably should have that time. Who was the rapper you interviewed with the cookbook? That was awesome, too. That was
Coolio?
Coolio. Thank you.
Oh,
We also had Ludacris. Forgot about him.
Ludacris, Coolio, and we just recently had Young MC, which was a big one for me.
We're like at 8.
Yeah, we got a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Coolio was great. Coolio, the best line from Coolio was, let me see if that's in the system. I bet
It's in the system. We played it before.
Okay. Have you ever heard this, DJ?
No.
Coolio was on the show. We were actually at what's the plants place up in Conway with our buddy Brett. He used to be on the show a lot. He used to have a show on the weekends. Anyway. Coolio, where are you? I don't think it's in that part. Oh, here it is, right here.
You know what I'm saying? Look,
Yes.
the book is only $10. But look here, man. If you ain't got no money, man, and your girl ain't got no money, man, slide one up under your jacket.
Julio,
Make sure you
we
take that little
appreciate it.
tag off, man, so the little beeper thing won't go off when you walk.
He told us to steal his cookbook if we could not afford to buy one.
That's cool.
He didn't care. The bookstore already paid for it. Doesn't matter to him. He's getting his money. Yeah, Coolio was good. Plant Outlet, thank you. What happened to them? They still open? If his junk fell out while he was wearing compression shorts, he should be really proud. I agree. He was not wearing compression shorts, though. Ron says Wahlberg had a fake one. That was funny. That was from Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights,
Apparently, the
yes.
morning show, they're doing this movie review from
review,
movies
yeah.
that came out like 20 years ago, and Boogie Nights was their review today. I didn't get a chance to hear it.
I wonder what they thought of Boogie Nights. Surely they'd seen it. Right?
I don't know. I don't know who's picking their movies. Here comes our guy. Oh my goodness, I went Nuggets on the air. Drew, yeah, we all did. We were all saying it. Yes, sir, they're still open. Okay. Well, I hope they're doing well. Plant Outlet. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Good listeners. Outsiders had a huge cast of stars, DJ. We were talking about Outsiders earlier.
Yeah, they had Pony Boy.
Mm-hmm. Stay gold, buddy.
They had was played by, was it Ralph or the Karate Kid?
Yeah,
Am I
Ralph
making that up?
Macchio was in that.
Tom Cruise was in it before he got his teeth fixed.
C. Thomas Howell. It's a great cast. Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Oh, classics.
We are all just characters in each other's lives. Play our roles in different ways. We're masters of disguise. We wear the mask to hide our face, bringing shadows from the past. But soon enough, the image fades and no longer fits the cast.
All right, we just played you some of this earlier, and since we don't want to eat up all our interview time playing the song, you can catch it. It's called Characters by our next guest, who's on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. It is Corey Feldman, star of Stage, music stage, and screen, movies, and TV and stuff. Kind enough to come on with us for a moment. Corey, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
We are great. Thank you for coming on today. How are you doing?
Right on, right on. I'm doing great as well. Very excited about this release. Excited to be celebrating my 50th anniversary this year in entertainment. Excited for the 3 EPs that I've got coming out this summer. I mean, man, my hands have been full. My work has been quite the load. I've been very, very busy, but I'm proud of it. I'm excited about it. I've got so much to share with you guys. Can't wait.
Very good. Well, let's start with the song then, Characters, which has very much of a Beatles vibe. And I think I saw in an interview you were in a hotel that Ringo Starr was in. Did you get a chance to talk to him, or have you met any of the Beatles over your career?
Oh, you know what? I've been very blessed and very fortunate as a huge fan of the Beatles, and the Beatles have always been a part of my stream of consciousness. Since I first came into the world. Because don't forget, I was born in 1971, and the Beatles had just broken up the year before. They just put out their final album. So at the time that I came into existence, they were still getting heavy rotation on rock and roll and pop stations as part of the stream of consciousness. So that's always been there. My sister, when I was 3 years old, was in the Mickey Mouse Club, and she was performing on stage in Disneyland in Anaheim and Disney World in Orlando, and she was singing Beatles songs, actually singing Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, When I'm 64, Dressed as an Old Lady. My dad was a bass player and a singer, so there was all these kind of indications that the Beatles would be prominent in my life. That said, once I became a fan, kind of became obsessed with them, and I made it my mission to meet all of them if possible. Unfortunately, I missed John, but I got to meet George and got a signature from George before he passed. I got to appear on stage with Ringo. Ringo and I have become pretty good friends. He invited me up on stage I get by with a little help from my friends, which was quite an honor, at the Greek Theater here in Los Angeles. And I got to perform with Billy Preston, who is kind of known as the fifth Beatle, and him and I got to perform on stage together. And then I've met Paul a few times. He's always been great gentleman, a brilliant man, a funny, warm character himself. And then, of course, I got the honor of meeting, both of John's kids. I mean, I've known Sean since he was very little. I've known Julian since the 80s. I got to meet Yoko. Elliot Mintz, who runs John Lennon's estate, became a close friend of mine for many years. So I've been very, very fortunate. In fact, I would say the pinnacle of my Beatles interactions was being able to, and this was a great honor, to be at the opening of the Love Show in Vegas, the grand opening, which they were all at. And so that was like, talk about a time trip. I mean, that was like, I felt like I literally landed inside the Imagine or the Get Back documentary because, there's everybody that you've ever seen in the Beatles world, from Neil Espinal to George Martin to, George Harrison's son, Danny, who looks just like him, Yoko and the two boys and Cynthia, John's first wife. Everybody was there. And I got to sit on a couch with Paul and Ringo together. And then Ravi Shankar comes up and he says, Paul says, "Hey, would you mind moving over? Because I've got Ravi here and he's a bit old." I was like, "Sure, of course." He's a legend, right? You guys are all legends. So, I mean, what an honor to be a part of that world. What an amazing experience. And so for me to be able to kind of bring all of that excitement and all of that love back to honor them and to celebrate my 50th year in entertainment is pretty extraordinary. And, I think I did a pretty decent job holding the drums down like Ringo. What do you think?
Did you do the drums on that song?
Yes, I did.
Good work. Absolutely fantastic. 50 years, it's hard to believe. So you got started, what are you, 3 years old, I guess, when you get in the entertainment business? What was your first gig?
That's it. Yep, you got it. So, and a lot of people don't realize this, but ironically, I actually started out my career singing. A lot of people don't know that. They think that I was an actor first and I wanted to get into music later. But the truth is, I started at 3.5 years old. And at 3.5 years old, you can't read scripts. You can't memorize lines because, you're not able to read it, right? So how do you get a 3.5-year-old kid to perform? And how do you get a 3.5-year-old kid to gain a part, to get a job? How do you impress them? So my mom came up with the concept of, hey, I'm going to put the kid in a room. He likes music. I'm going to sit him in there with a record player, make him learn songs. And when he can come out and sing them backwards and forwards, I'll let him go to sleep. So that was kind of my training as a child. I had to sit in the room with a record player and learn songs. And when I would memorize the song, I would go and I would sing it in an audition. And that's how I would win them over. And that's how I would get the parts. So that's how I started. And then my very first professional gig outside of commercials was a TV special, which was hosted by Dick Van Dyke. And I got to sing and dance alongside Dick Van Dyke. That was one of the very first things I ever did. So it all kind of started there. And then I went away from the music thing, even though my dad was in a band, my sister was in the Mickey Mouse Club. It was all around me. But I didn't really like it in the early days. In fact, my mom tried to put me in singing classes and dance classes and piano classes, and I just never got it. But then when I watched Michael Jackson perform, you know, in 1981 or 82 or whatever it was on Motown 25, that was life-changing for me because all of a sudden I saw him dance and sing, and I said, that's what I want to do. So I got into pop for a while, got into Michael and Cyndi Lauper and Madonna and all that stuff that was popular in the 80s. But then when I became a teenager, I hearkened back to that classic rock. It kind of reintroduced itself to my life, you know, through psychedelia and the Beatles and Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and all that stuff. And there we are. That's how I ended up where I am today.
Well, I literally grew up watching your career, and we've enjoyed kind of watching the transition here into primarily music now. But, you know, Goonies and Stand By Me, these are movies that I grew up watching with my buddies, and we watched them over and over again. I was telling these guys, they're a little bit younger than me, but I'm about your age, and I'm actually going to Astoria tomorrow from Little Rock for a wedding. I'm going out that way.
Oh,
so,
cool.
So there's my Goonies tie-in. What are your best memories of that?
I was just there.
Yeah?
I was just there. We were there for the 40th anniversary. Yeah, we just did a big celebration. In fact, you got to stop by the Goonies house because they've renovated it and they've restored it completely back to where it was in 1984, down to the set dressing, the details, everything. It's amazing. We just did I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, we just did a documentary about that, which will be out later this year. But it's really exciting, really cool for the fans as they finally get to go back and look at it. And on top of that, yeah, I haven't actually stopped making movies. You know, I still put out movies. I've got 4 movies that have come out in the last 6 months. The Birthday, which is one of my greatest achievements, I feel, as an actor, my proudest achievement, my greatest work, because it's the biggest departure. But anyway, it's called The Birthday. That came out in October. Okay. Going Viral, which is more of a contemporary movie about, you know, kids and high-tech stuff, you know, social media and all that. But it kind of feels like an 80s movie. It's kind of set in a weird world where it's like a cross between modern times and the 80s. And then I've got another movie which has just won an award at Cannes Film Festival called Sour Party, which is being distributed as we speak. And then, of course, another movie called Operation Belfast Bash, which just came out. And that's an older movie, which finally got its distribution because I guess there's some sort of resurgence in my career. So between that and the fact that they're rebranding all of my films right now, I know there's a Burbs reboot. They're doing a TV series with Keke Palmer about the Burbs. There's a Goonies sequel in the works. Goonies 2 is finally in the works with Steven Spielberg and Amblin and Chris Columbus and Lauren Shore Donner. So you've got the A-Team working on that. And then Gremlins 3 is also in the works. Wow. So I feel like, and a Lost Boys musical. So literally, like, all my movies are being rebranded right now. It's crazy.
I think that's awesome. And last thing here, we only got a minute left or so, and we're going to talk about the music one more time and tour and all that kind of thing. But I think we want to believe that you actors sort of stay in contact and stay friends. But I've seen some conversations you've had. You and the Goonies actors you starred with, you guys are still tight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I talk to Key all the time. I talk to Sean all the time. In fact, I was just talking to Key and Sean and Carrie the other day. Josh Brolin and I had a great conversation on video chat when I was at the house. I showed him, like, the renovations. He was loving it. Robert Davi, I see him all the time. Joe Pants, we see him all the time. So, yeah, I mean, we're all one big family. We even have email threads where we keep each other posted on current events and stuff like that. So, you know, it's really stuck with us for 40 years. It's true.
I love that. So, how about performing? I know you like to be live. I saw you comment. You do respond on social media, which I love. But a tour maybe in the UK before the US? What's your plan with the music?
That's right. Well, right now I just got a brand new music manager, and his focus actually, because I've toured the U.S. like 15 times, so let's be serious. As much as I do love my U.S. fans, I got to get it out of here. You know, I got to get to the rest of the world before I'm too old to do it. So the plan is hopefully we're going to do a big pack rim tour this year. That's the goal. We're trying to set it up now, but we're looking at Asia, Australia, UK, Europe, South America, all of it. You know, I want to really tour the whole world. Bring the Love Retours project, which we took around the United States several times, I think 3 or 4 times. We want to take that international, so that's the big goal. And then eventually we'll do a final round, I guess, in America once we've played everywhere else. But we got to hit everywhere else first. And in the meantime, I'm putting out 3 new EPs between now and then. So I've got the Beatles kind of thing that'll be out hopefully at the end of summer. I've got a girl that I'm producing and developing who's going to be a brand new artist named Adrian Sky. I'm putting out her record as well. And then I've got a dance EP, which will be coming out later this year. So tons of projects on the way.
Well, if I don't let you go, we're going to get yelled at. I just want to say, as a lifelong fan, I know you've been through it. I think your challenges in your life are well documented. Certainly your successes are as well. But you seem like a very grateful, happy dude who keeps putting out great creative things. I think it's pretty awesome. So congratulations.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the support. I really appreciate it, and God bless everybody out there. Let's have a great summer.
All right, very good. Corey, thank you.
Keep it.
See, they were ready. They were ready to move him on. We kept him a little too long there. Corey Feldman, we got to hit a break. 12-12 in the zone.
Lives, they bring us stress, they bring us joy. Sometimes they...
Don't get sidetracked.
That man is playing Gallagher.
We'll keep you on course.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
2 men died in a boat crash on the White River. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission says 2 boats crashed head-on near the LaGrue Bayou over the weekend. The 2 men that died were on the same boat. Their names have not been released. An 18-year-old woman on one boat was hurt, along with a 32-year-old man on the other. It's not clear what caused the crash, but AGFC says it could take a couple of weeks to figure out exactly what happened. Firefighters in Conway are getting a pay raise. Fire crews said the department could not retain its staff because salaries were not competitive with similar-sized cities. The city council has since approved a 2% raise that excludes all entry-level positions. Council members also adopted 2 new positions and an incentive pay scale. Now firefighters with additional education, certificates, or can speak multiple languages will get paid more. These changes will go into effect July 1st. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Hot and humid today. Temperature up to 95 degrees. Heat index value around 105. Yes, a heat advisory. Partly cloudy. Rain chance today very, very low. Less than a 10% chance of rain. Tonight, very warm and muggy. A low of 75 with a mostly clear sky. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
Looking for adventure on 2 wheels or 4? Honda of Russellville has the largest Honda selection in the entire state. ATVs, motorcycles, dirt bikes, scooters, and side-by-sides, all priced to move. From the trail to the mud and back again. Check out our Mud Pro series featuring Ranchers, Foremans, and Rubicons. Want more power? Try our Mud Slayer packages on Pioneers and Talons. From mild to wild, Honda of Russellville has exactly what you're looking for. Visit us on Facebook or check out hondaofrussellville.com.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Millar golfwear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
It's the summer of 1,000 engagements, and it's going on at Robert Irwin Jewelers right now. This summer, buy your diamond engagement ring, and you're going to get free diamond jewelry. Save up to 40% off during the summer of 1,000 engagement sale going on right now at Robert Irwin Jewelers.
If you're trying to get through your daily activities and you're noticing you can't because you're focusing more on your pain than being able to enjoy the moment, those are the patients that we're looking to treat because we can make a difference.
That's Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics.
What we're doing at QC Kinetics is offering treatments that help with joint preservation. We use cutting-edge technology in our in-house lab to harness your body's natural healing powers and target the areas where you need them the most.
These are regenerative, non-surgical treatments, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader, delivering lasting relief to tens of thousands of patients.
What we do know is that the sooner we start treatment, the sooner you'll see relief.
So don't wait another minute. See if you're a good candidate for these non-surgical treatments for joint pain. The consultation is completely free.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network. Entertainment Report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
Evan Cohen, ESPN, coming up at the bottom of the hour. DJ Williams, Justin Acri, and the Wizard, Christian Weaver. Entertainment now. Birthdays in a moment. If you want to play, Christian wants to give you a new Brewski's gift card. That's exactly right.
Not used. Completely new. Yes. It's got all the money on it.
501-661-1037. Let's line them up now. We've got to keep it moving. Keep moving. It's Corey Feldman. We held over on the top of the hour for him. That was well worth it. I love those interviews. Like, let me ask you 2 questions, and then we'll be done in 10 minutes. That'll be good. He is easy peasy. But I like him, man.
Yeah, he seemed cool.
Big Beatles guy.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe best known as the Terminator, but a very different movie that made him the most money. On Monday, during a interview, the 77-year-old revealed that his 1988 movie Twins was the most successful for him. We went all the way to the bank with that one, he says. It was Twins because we had gotten no money, no salary. And Andy Cohen says you got a piece of the back end, which I'm not saying it. He also said exactly, and it was fantastic. He also revealed that Eddie Murphy was in talks to play another brother in the movie sequel, but it never panned out. That was what I had heard. They were going to do a movie called Triplets, and Eddie Murphy was going to be the third twin.
Was he going to be...
Or third triplet.
Was he going to be black?
Yes, obviously.
How's that
No,
work?
they're going to whiteface him.
Yeah.
I know, right? Is that what they're going to do?
Because the story in Twins is all these guys, they took pieces of all these different guys and put it in a cup. And then, like, they made a baby, but it was supposed to be a baby, but it ended up being twins on accident. And as Danny DeVito said to him, you got all the good stuff, and I got all the crap that was left over. So there was supposedly a third one, too, and it was Eddie Murphy. Anyway. Zach Bryan's in the news today. There's something in the orange. Well, there's something in the green with Zach Bryan, too, because guess what?
What?
He was in Dublin recently, and he left a nice tip for his server at a local bar. He was in a place called the Celt, or the Celt, probably is how they say it over there. And one of the people on staff mentioned that they were working late nights so they could pay for college. So Zach tipped him $7,000. He also gave me 2 tickets for his weekend show to give to a local children's hospital. He's a very, very generous fella. Good for you, Zach Bryan. Good for you.
It's pretty solid.
That's awesome.
It is.
But when I go to Dublin, I'm going to have to make a really large tip to get anybody impressed over there now.
No.
I'm not doing that. All right, that's it. We got 2 people on. Good for you guys. You're moving right along.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Brewski's Pub and Grub. Your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night. With locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Come get your grub on.
All right. Lyle, you're with DJ. Rick, you get Christian. On this day in history, quickly. In 1979, Moonraker, the 11th James Bond film, which featured Roger Moore, premiered in London. It was just okay.
It was okay. It was not the worst Roger Moore movie.
When he was in that simulator and passed out, that was like a really cool scene to me.
It was the introduction of Jaws as well, right?
I believe so. One of his 2 appearances. 1993, Late Night with David Letterman aired for the last time on NBC. Favorite all-time late night guy?
Conan.
Okay. DJ? Johnny Carson, David Letterman.
Just don't say Fallon.
Don't say Leno.
I was going to say, I don't mind Kimmel.
Kimmel's great.
I like Kimmel, yeah.
Okay.
I don't like Kimmel better than I like Letterman. I don't like Kimmel better than I like Carson.
Okay.
But he's great. He's my favorite current one. And I like Conan a lot too, don't get me wrong. On this day in 2003, pretty high-profile draft choice, number 1 overall with the Cavaliers. 2003, can you believe that?
Still playing.
It's crazy. All right, here we go, boys. This woman is an actress. She plays April Ludgate on Parks and Rec.
Rashida Jones.
She was also in The White Lotus. In 2023, Time Magazine.
Aubrey
Plaza.
Her yesterday.
That's right, exactly.
You should have said
nope.
Her personality.
I should have done what I did, which is give you what I wanted to give you.
Dang it.
How old is Aubrey Plaza?
She is 48.
43.
No offense, Christian. That's a really bad guess by you. She's 41.
I thought maybe she was older than my.
I don't see Christian getting, or I don't see DJ getting this one. No offense, DJ.
It's okay.
This guy was in Wes Anderson's film Rushmore. He's also done voice work in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
George Clooney.
He was in the Darjeeling
Jason
Limited.
Schwartzman.
Jason Schwartzman, I rest my case.
He's in every Wes Anderson movie.
Asteroid City, Grand Budapest Hotel, Moonrise Kingdom. You better believe it. The French Dispatch. How old is he, DJ?
He couldn't pick him out of the lineup.
53.
He was in Righteous Gemstones, too. But Jason Schwartzman is... It's not a bad guess. I'll go 51.
45.
Who is he in Righteous Gemstones?
He's like a journalist in season 2.
This man is known as the man who got the most votes, percentage-wise, in the history of position players in Major League Baseball Hall of Fame.
Alex
Mariano
Rodriguez.
Rivera. Oh, Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter's correct. El Capitan is how old today, Christian?
Derek Jeter is 52. I don't think that's a good guess.
Oh, Captain, my captain is how old, DJ?
You grew up watching him?
You don't know who Derek Jeter is?
Yes.
You're not a big Braves fan like I thought you were.
He's not. He's a Yankee. He is the baseball player. He's around Jordan's age. They had those commercials together.
Jordan
Michael
Rogers?
Jordan.
Michael Jordan Rogers. How old is Derek? Can I just have a number? We got to move.
53.
51.
Hey.
You don't know him like I thought you did.
That's
This man is one of the greatest left-handed quarterbacks in the history of the NFL.
Dan Fouts.
Michael Vick.
Boomer Esiason.
It is Michael Vick, and also the worst on pets. How old is Michael Vick today?
Mike Vick.
By the way, career 56% passer, 133 TDs and 88 interceptions. Nope. His best season ever, 3,300 passing yards.
Would have guessed it was with the Eagles.
But he was the first to rush for 1,000 yards as a quarterback. Maybe the only. 1,039, 8.4 yards a carry in the NFL.
Not the only. Well,
in
Mark
2006. Oh, okay. How old is Michael Vick?
Mike Vick is 43.
47.
He's 45, no point. This man's an actor. He has been in a number of different films, but he was also in one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'd love to get him on the show sometime. He'd be up on my list.
Old school.
I should have pulled this up.
Idiocracy.
All right, here we go. Let me see. Here we go.
Tell me now, Charlie, this
Al Pacino.
George Willis Jr., what's his father do?
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Rest in peace.
Well, I'm going to tell you. When George Willis Sr. is not busy as $1 million man for Aetna Casualty, or is it
How about this one? Let's
New
try this
England
one.
distributor for the Chrysler Corporation?
That's Al Pacino.
Jack Daniels on the rocks. And bring my young friend here, a Shirley Temple.
Hold on. Do you have beer? Certainly. May I see some ID?
You interested in walking the rest of your life, Jackie?
I'm sorry, sir, but...
I'm a regular here. My boy's going on 23. Why don't you call up front? The office. Mr. Gilbert. He's a friend of mine.
Any particular beer?
Schlitz. No Schlitz? Blatz. No Blatz? Improvise.
Anyway.
I've not seen Sin of a Woman in quite some time.
Well, you should see it again. He's the secondary star in it. He was in Three Musketeers. He played Dick Grayson in the DC comic superhero film Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Oh, I know his name. I see his face.
He's
Jerry...
an Irishman.
Really?
You're thinking of Jerry O'Connell, but it's actually Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell.
That's who it is.
55.
I know I was-
This guy's a former NFL quarterback, one of the top 10, I believe, all time in quarterback rating. Played
Drew Brees.
for the New York Jets, largely.
Mark Sanchez.
A guy that you would not remember.
Joe Namath.
Nope. After Joe Namath, before Mark Sanchez.
Vinny Testaverde.
Top QB rating in history.
In history?
Not the number one, but QB rating.
Chad
career.
Henne?
No, but you're getting closer.
Chris. Oh, no. Chad Pennington.
Chad Pennington.
That's a nice gift.
Good job, Christian.
Forgot about that guy.
Chad Pennington, birthday today. How old?
Chad Pennington. Ooh. 48.
I think he's around Brady's age. I'll go 47.
He is 49. I'm trying to find him on this list. It's not passer rating. It's some other
He was
stat
something
that's
when
from
he
Mar-
was
yes,
retired. He
it's
was
from
one
Mar-
of
I was
the
like,
top.
wow, that guy's
Yeah.
something. Anyway, this guy is a aforementioned today.
What does that mean?
We mentioned him earlier. He's an inside. He's a post player for the Timberwolves.
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert's right. How old?
Rudy Gobert is 32.
No. Yes. Bingo bango. Christian wins. Just kidding. I got one more.
Okay.
Ready?
Have I
DJ,
still
you
won
need
one?
something really special here.
Okay.
Let's
something
see.
super
2
special.
plus 1 is 3. That's 6. You can't win. But just for fun.
Oh.
Ariana Grande.
How is it? This is a banger.
Buddy, you got buried. No offense.
I'll give him a gift.
She 28?
I threw it away. I don't know.
Come
It's a
on.
good song.
She's one of the more talented voices.
She really is. She's incredible. And when she does impressions of other people, it's very
So good.
remarkable. I just remarked about it, see? Congratulations to Rick. You're the big winner today. You really let Lyle down. He's pretty upset. I can tell.
That just made sense. First time ever. You remarked on it, so it's remarkable. God. Learn something new every day.
I'm dropping nuggets, buddy, left and right, left and right. You can't even keep up with me. I'm wild. Let's try James one more time, Christian, if we can. What do you like to do? We're going down there next week.
We're going down there.
1 week from today.
Can we play this song?
Woo-woo!
Can
Side
you
to side.
imagine this song? Oh, look at the camera on the stream right now. I'm excited. We're heading to Oaklawn. All right, we're going to have a great time out there. Poolside, that's where we're going to be. It's going to be July 3rd, so if you want to hang out with us poolside, have the music going, talk to our friends over there at Oaklawn promoting that pool. You know, it's going to be a little hot, Justin. What's that thing about that pool over there?
They cool it in the summertime. Oh, it's going to be nice.
Can't wait. It's going to be amazing. We're going to head down there once again, but there's so much more to offer over there at Oaklawn when it comes to great dining options. They got the Oak Room, the Bugler, great stays. I may end up staying there this weekend, Justin. I mean, the beds, the thread count on those sheets, through the roof.
Through the roof.
Pillows, awesome. Water pressure, can't beat it. Oaklawn, the spot to be. Now, when it comes to getting in on the action, I know there's not a lot going on if you're not a baseball fan when it comes to sports, but when it comes to betting on all things F1, that movie just came out. You may get interested in it. You can head to their Oaklawn sports betting app. Up to $1,000 in bonus points for first-time people who sign up, and so much action going on, and they really make it easy for you, user-friendly, money in and out, Apple Pay, doesn't matter. They got you covered. So once again, you can download that at any of the app stores or book a stay. Hang out, especially on the 3rd with us at Oaklawn.
Evan Cohen on the NBA draft coming up next in the zone.
Wrist icicle, ride deck bicycle, come true, yo. Get you this type of blow. If you wanna
Catch the buzz on all of our social media platforms, presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. They specialize in custom in-ground pools. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
This is Sports Center.
Last night in the NBA draft, the top of the draft was not too surprising as Cooper Flagg went number 1 to the Mavericks and Dylan Harper went 2 to the Spurs. The first shock was BYU guard Jaeger Dimon going 8th overall to the Nets. Brooklyn held 5 picks on the night and made all 5 of them, choosing not to make any trades. They picked 2 other guards who are not known for shooting to go along with Jaeger Dimon, and Frenchman Noah Traore and Israeli Ben Saraf. They also selected UNC wing Drake Powell and Michigan big man Danny Wolf. The other huge surprise, one of the biggest in recent memory, is Chinese big man Hansen Yang being selected by the Trailblazers at 16th overall. For many, he was not expected to be selected anywhere close to the first round. Portland also has 3 other big men on their roster. Razorback prospect Adu Thero did not get selected in round 1. Round 2 is tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Jim's Razorback Pizza is the place to visit when craving some delicious, authentic pizza. They're known for amazing thin crust pies and the best Detroit-style deep dish pizza in town. You can also order freshly baked pasta or wings, along with specialty baked sandwiches, fries, and signature salads. If you're looking for a great place to watch the game and the most accommodating service around, they'll save you a seat at Jim's Razorback Pizza in Little Rock and Morgan Maumelle.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to sams.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at sams.adhe.edu.
If you have a passion for adventure and unmatched quality, then head to Honda of North Little Rock for the best lineup of quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. They have Honda's best models and will find the perfect ride just for you. That's Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
You're in the zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with Justin Acri and DJ Williams.
I'm up until coffee, downwind from the paper mill. I'm out here spitting on the sidewalk, taking in the factory smells. Heaven knows she tends to smoking out the window. In the air, that gas pipe leak. I wonder if she's cringing at the same time, thinking pretty thoughts.
Well, last night in the NBA draft, shocking pick at the top. I cannot believe they wasted that pick on Cooper Flagg. What a scrub.
What if he won't bust?
No, I think he's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, what's a percentage bust proof if you were to give him a bust proof percentage?
It's a great question. Let's ask Evan Cohen, who works for ESPN. You could catch him on Buzz 2, 6 a.m. It's an early start for Evan. He's probably about ready to clock out for the day, but he is kind enough to come on and chat with us. Evan, welcome. How are you?
Good, guys. How you doing?
We're awesome. I was totally being facetious about Cooper Flagg. I know you think I'm a complete idiot. I'm pretty dumb, but...
no, I actually think you're. I obviously knew you were joking around. I do think that's kind of fun. You just brought up a fascinating topic that I wish I would have brought up today. Like, was there 1 second where the Mavs were like, should we look at the other guys? Like, maybe just look at Dylan Harper, the second pick for the Spurs out of Rutgers. Like, maybe look at Ace Bailey, the forward who went to the Jazz out of Rutgers. Like, that is a great question. Did the Dallas Mavericks spend 1 second looking at anyone else leading up to this draft?
It's a good question. A great question is, how did Rutgers suck so bad this year, Evan?
I was with people the other day. I walked into ESPN New York and in New York City, and I'm not kidding. Right after I walked in, the head coach of Rutgers walked in. I didn't know he was going to be there, and he walked right into an interview locally in New York with Chris Carlin and Brett Scott. And I'm standing there with someone, and I literally asked that person, I'm like, can you explain to me how they didn't make the NCAA tournament? 2 of the top 5 picks in the draft. By the way, how did Duke not win it all? They had 3 of the top 10.
That's a great point.
Right? I mean, the best player in Florida went 18, Walter Clayton Jr., and they won it all. And nobody from Houston in the first round, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken.
Christian Weaver is our producer. He's also our NBA guru here, and he's wise beyond his years. Christian, what do you want to pepper Evan with?
I know Evan is a Heat fan. Am I correct there, Evan?
That's correct.
What did you think about the Kasparis Jakuchonis pick?
I don't think anyone thought he was going to be there, including them.
Yeah.
All of the conversation prior to the draft was probably going one of 2 directions. One would be trade the pick at 20. The second direction would be Walter Clayton Jr., the guy I just mentioned from Florida. There had been a lot of conversation about that. As the draft was going on, I got a text from somebody who said, keep an eye now on Ace Newell, the forward center big, basically, out of Georgia. And he obviously goes 3 spots down to the Hawks, who made the best trade of the night, and the Pelicans made one of the dumbest trades I've seen in a long time. But for Miami specifically, to get a guard that is a playmaking point guard that can distribute the ball specifically to a big like Kel'el Ware or Bam Adebayo, I think it was a good pick. Miami's not going anywhere right now as of right this second this year, and I think it's going to be a way younger team than most NBA fans have been used to with the Heat, who have been in the conference finals, obviously, twice over the last 6 years, and then won, 3 championships since 2006.
Evan Cohen joining us on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline from ESPN. We are talking a little bit of draft. Is it an overstep here to say that even though one of their fellow NBA teams had 5 picks in the first round, that the Wizards had a better draft in the first round than their counterparts?
Than the Nets? Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Yeah, the Wizards over the Nets. Like if I look at some of the drafts like winners and losers, so to speak, which is ridiculous, obviously, because how the hell do we know one day after? But if you just conceptually do, like, who did you like, what did you like about what a team did, and what did you not like about what a team did? So if you think about the first two, Cooper Flagg, as you mentioned, is a no-brainer. Jalen Harper, I guess, becomes a no-brainer, even though they have a ton of guards with San Antonio. And then you scroll down a little bit, and you think that Washington at 6, they draft guard Trey Johnson. I think they thought they were getting Ace Bailey, the forward out of Rutgers. And Danny Ainge, who runs the Utah Jazz, is like, man, screw it. Like, I don't care if the guy's not working out. I'm going to still draft him. So I think that the reality is Washington had a good draft, not a better draft than the team that drafted above them in Utah, but the Nets, you bring up the Nets with 5 first-round picks, 3 or 4 of them are point guards. And the one non-point guard that they took, this guy Danny Wolf out of Michigan, everyone says is like a point center. So I think the Nets are basically just going to keep passing the ball, and they're going to have a 24-second clock violation on every possession because nobody's going to shoot. They just get a bunch of point guards, guys.
Well, I will say the Wizards got a couple of bucket getters. That I know for sure. So they got to be feeling good about that. We got to ask about Adu Thero. He did not go in the first round. Even the optimistic Razorback fans, I think, were not expecting it necessarily. It would have been a nice bonus if he could have. What do you expect, or what's a good fit for him, you think, today?
Well, I need to ask you guys a question in return, okay? I am fascinated by what's going to happen. And by the way, he's the 4th-ranked player in terms of best available for ESPN right now in terms of, like, mock drafts or the draft experts. But can I ask you a question in return, though? I'm not avoiding this. I'm just fascinated by this.
Go ahead.
Inevitably, John Calipari and Arkansas are going to live in the lottery every year, right? When does that start? Is that next year? Is that the year after? Because John Calipari has made more people millions of dollars than anybody in college basketball, right? Yep. And it's going to happen with Arkansas. You guys just need to tell me when.
Hopefully next year with Darius Acuff Jr. Hopefully.
Okay.
And that's it? Just one?
Maybe Malik Thomas? Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
we'll see.
If Boogie Flant had not been injured, does he get drafted?
He probably gets drafted if he wasn't injured. Maybe Carter Knox, if he has a good second year, could get back in water. We'll see.
I think Carter's really impressive. And if the trend is good and it continues, because he obviously was way better at the end than he was at the beginning.
Right.
But I got to tell you, I mean, think about it this way. John L. Davis at one point, I thought, and little backstory, so for much of my radio career, I lived in South Florida, and I did play-by-play for Florida Atlantic University for a little bit, and then I stopped doing it, and then they got good. I don't know if there's a coincidence there. But when John L. Davis was making a run with FAU, I looked at him, and I was like, okay, this guy is going to be an NBA player. Like, he may not be a starter, but he is going to be an NBA player. How many times did people over the course of time say DJ Wagner was going to be a stud NBA player, right? I mean, so it is interesting to think that neither of those two are the ones you're asking about, and a 6'8" junior forward is who you're asking about, right? And like that's the one that is going to be the one, and then obviously moving forward. So it is interesting, and that's why I think that Calipari probably has not even gotten all of his guys in there yet. Mm-hmm. I also do wonder, has there been conversation about whether or not you guys think he could ever go to the NBA, like, I don't know, with the Knicks right now?
Well, he turned that, I mean, words are just words, and it doesn't really matter. But he said he's not interested in the Knicks at this point in time.
And I don't think he's going to go to the Knicks right now, and I don't think they're going to get to that point. I just thought that this was interesting that they are still available, and his name is always going to be mentioned, especially with the people running the team that he's very close with. As we know.
Evan, he's getting big chicken money now. He doesn't need to go back to the NBA. What about Thero? So where does he land? What's a good fit?
So let's see here. So he's a wing. We're talking about a wing. Just looking at the second round. Let me look here. How about if the Warriors keep their pick at 41?
It's a good fit.
Be fun for him.
I think he could go earlier too. I think a lot of teams need an athletic wing. I mean, that's kind of one of the biggest archetypes.
Right, but remember, the Warriors are going to lose Kuminga.
Yeah, probably.
And then right back with Moses Moody, right? So that's good.
Yeah, we like that.
The Celtics are probably not going to be very good this year, so they could use one as well.
Yeah, how tragic is the Eastern Conference right now, Evan?
So this is what's interesting. this is going to be cyclical, right? Like, at some point, it's going to swing back.
Sure.
When you look at the Eastern Conference right now, the best team you thought was going to be Indiana, Halliburton gets hurt. You think, okay, well, the Knicks are in the conference finals. They don't have a coach. The Cavs are the team that had the best team in the regular season, and they got upset in the second round. I like Orlando this year. I like Atlanta this year. I like what Detroit is doing. And I just wonder whether or not, possibly, maybe, it's a little bit better than we think. Because maybe it's just we're not used to these teams being really good. Right? Like, we're used to teams like Boston and Milwaukee and Miami. We're not used to the idea of a 1, 2, 3 in the Eastern Conference of, in some order, Detroit, Cleveland, and Orlando, with maybe Atlanta being in there. Like, if I told you the top 4 teams in the Eastern Conference this year were Detroit, Cleveland, Orlando, and Atlanta, it's believable.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means we're not as familiar with them. Because it's not the Detroit that I grew up on with the bad boys. You know, it's not Orlando with Shaq or Dwight Howard. It's not Atlanta with Dominique Wilkins, or then later on that 60-win team multiple years with Mike Budenholzer coaching the team. Right? Like, this is just a different version of these teams. It's not Cleveland with LeBron. But I think these teams are a little bit better than we're giving them credit for. They're younger, and I just think they're unfamiliar, which is why we think it's really bad.
Can I say one more thing, and then I'll let Christian have it, and then we'll wrap up. Did Derek Queen end up in New Orleans?
Yeah.
What are we doing? You can't send
New
fat
Orleans-
guys to the best food city in America.
Can't do it.
What are we doing?
Orleans also had one of the worst nights.
What are we doing? Anyway, sorry, Christian, go ahead.
Wait, a question on that. Okay? So, my biggest vice in life is eating. All right? I don't drink. I don't smoke. I've never been drunk in my life. I don't do any drugs or anything like that. If people see me on TV on ESPN2 or ESPNU, like, maybe I don't come off like I eat too much.
Yeah.
But I certainly talk about like I do.
You do sound drunk occasionally,
Eating-
too, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, thanks.
Kidding.
Here's my problem with you can't send somebody like that to New Orleans. You realize, like, when I like to eat, it doesn't matter where I am. I'm going to find good food.
Yes. It's just an ironic thing. I know there's no difference. You can get great food in Utah. I mean, that's
No,
not
but
the
you're
point.
not the only one who says this.
I know. It's just being
Like,
funny.
I sit there with Chris Canty, who's 6'8", 350, who played in the NFL for 11 years and won a Super Bowl, and he says the same thing. He's like, you don't realize the access that we, as professional athletes, not me, him, have, and that it is tougher in cities like New Orleans, to your point. But I come back at it like, what? Like, we're not going to eat too much if we're in another city?
Yeah. No, that's a great point. I was mostly being facetious because we just had the situation with
Zion.
with Zion Williamson there. I mean, obviously he had issues before he got there. And again, if he had gone to pick a city anywhere, it would have been an issue for him until he figured it out. You got to choose to get yourself right. Anyway, Evan, I think you look great for the record.
Oh, thank you. I wish I thought I looked great. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. He doesn't eat too much.
Yeah.
He's good. Yeah,
He's
looking dude.
tightened up. Yeah, he's got a
good looking dude.
All right, last basketball question.
Are we talking
Christian.
about Derek Queen, Zion, or me? I don't know
We're
who
talking
we're
about
talking
you.
about.
He's giving you credit. This is
I'm talking
DJ
about
Williams,
you. Yeah,
former
I'm talking about
NFL athlete, who's giving you credit, man.
Yeah,
that's
you gotta
high
check it out.
praise.
Mhm.
Well, I appreciate it.
Christian, what do you got?
All right, one more thing. So Ace Bailey, it was widely known that he was not doing interviews or he was not working out for teams. He was trying to force his way to some teams, reportedly. I'm of the opinion he didn't do enough. He should have did more to force his way to whatever destination he wanted to get to, because going to Utah is certainly not what he wanted.
That's correct. That was my biggest theme this morning on the show. For 4 hours, when we talked about, we didn't talk about Ace Bailey for 4 hours, but when Ace Bailey came up, every single time over the 4 hours we were on for Unsportsmanlike, that is what I said. I said he did not make a big enough stink. He didn't make a big enough mess. Here's the reality, guys, and you know this. When guys want to go to different spots in whatever sport it is, coming out of college into the draft, or if guys want out of a certain situation, they have no choice but to make a stink and make a mess. And it has to be ugly. You guys mentioned, me being a Heat fan. It got so ugly with Jimmy Butler at the end when Miami did not want to trade him. they had no choice. Ace Bailey's representatives did a horrible job of not doing a horrible job, which is the weirdest thing to say, but that's the reality of this. Like, if you want to go out there and you want to end up at the exact spot that you want to end up on, that everyone in Buzz, everybody at Unsportsmanlike, everyone has to be talking about you at all times, right? You have to be the biggest topic in all of sports, where we say, I can't believe what Ace Bailey did. I can't believe what his representation did. The max of what anyone said was, wow, he's not talking of teams. That's interesting. And that's where the conversation ended. So we almost, in order for him to have gotten to where he wanted to get to, we had to destroy him for the last 2 weeks. That didn't happen. The irony, I think he's in a great spot because I think he's with a good organization in terms of development relative to their coaching staff, front office, etc. But that's the lesson learned. We may not like it as average, everyday people, fans, and media members, but like the only way you can really get what you want is to act like a child, and he did not act like a child.
We do benefit a lot of people who throw tantrums. There's no doubt. Evan, thank you so much.
I have 2 kids.
Sorry, go ahead.
I have 2 kids. You know how often I say, okay, fine, here's the iPad?
More than you should?
Yeah, you're damn right, because I don't want to deal with it.
I love it. Man, thank you for the time, Evan. I appreciate you. Catch him on 6 a.m. on the Buzz, on Buzz 2, and doing good work in the morning. I can't wait to hear you and Canty argue again over some important topics. You should bring this food thing up again, though.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Beat him up over that. I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
All right, take care. Evan Cohen, great stuff. Got at a break, and want to tell you about my friends at Gwatney Chevrolet. We tried to find James earlier. He was busy. Oh, you know what he's doing today?
What?
He's playing in Wes's golf tournament. That's right. That's why we can't get him. He's supporting the community is what he's doing, by golly. And I'm sure that our friends at Gwatney are big sponsors of that Fearless Friday golf tournament. Joe Franklin will be in studio holding the showdown today. I think Josh is going to be involved with it today as well. So there you go. Excuse me. Come by and see our friends at Gwatney when you go out to Jacksonville. James may not be there today, which might be a good day to go out there and really get a heck of a deal. It's like, well, James is in there. We can get away with almost anything. Take care of you on your trade. And he actually reached out to me about my trade or the car I've been driving today. They want to have somebody maybe buy that. It is a Trax. It is a blue Trax. You've seen it.
Fountain blue.
Yeah, it's fountain blue. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's got a little sunroof. Or as they say, hole in the roof.
That's right.
Say that.
Looks good.
But yeah, 4 doors. Nice car, man.
Comfy?
Great mileage. Very comfy.
Steering wheel?
It's got a steering wheel, DJ?
Heated?
Sure, no?
Okay.
The steering wheel's heated, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, lovely, lovely vehicle. Anyway, they got so many on the lot. Big ones, small ones, and everything in between. And a lot of Silverados, too. And if you're looking for selection, don't get me started on the pre-owns. You can see the entire selection at GwatneyChevrolet.com. And they will treat you like family. They've been doing it since 1957. That's why you're going to want to come back again and again and again and again. To Gwatney Chevrolet, we go. The James Street exit in Jacksonville, 1249. Back to wrap it up in the zone after this.
Hi, folks. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. It's the end of the month, and we need to sell 23 more vehicles to meet our factory goal. So we're giving everybody employee pricing. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay, and you get all the rebates. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Only at Fletcher Dodge do we have discounts up to $14,000 off trucks and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Come in today and get employee pricing plus 3.9% financing for 72 months on all new Ram trucks. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off. And the all new Jeep Compass 4-wheel drive for only $379 a month. And that's with no money down. And again, don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-approved in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% 50% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sure, there's plenty of places you can go get your fireworks for your 4th of July celebration, but there's only one Torpedo Joe's Fireworks Superstore, carrying the largest selection in Central Arkansas, from those huge commercial show quality cakes and artillery shells to sparklers and snakes for the kids. Torpedo Joe's has everything. A family-owned business. Their knowledgeable staff can answer all your questions, and they can even provide shopping carts for your convenience. Oh, and the best part, it's all air-conditioned. Torpedo Joe's Fireworks Superstore, just 4.5 miles west on Colonel Glenn past the Rave Theater. Summer's heating up, and Brewski's is your chill zone. Doors open at 11 a.m. daily. Happy hour starts when you walk in the door, so come crush a slow lunch with smash burgers, loaded fries, and wings and 11 wild sauces. And now, booking a VIP section for that special night out in your favorite downtown Little Rock hotspot is easier than ever at brewskispubandgrub.com. Just pick your section, pick your date, and pay online in 3 easy steps. Brewski's downtown in North Little Rock, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Here. So it's time to get out and experience the natural state. And there's no better way than in a new Hyundai from Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway, where they say yes to new Hyundais loaded with technology for less per month than your cell phone bill. You'll get America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai Assurance. You've got to check it out.
Right now, get financing as low as 2.99% and new Elantras as low as $24,410 at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway. WACC, dealer for details.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Clint Hill became the most famous Secret Service agent in history that fateful day in Dallas when he leaped onto the car carrying JFK and his wife, Jacqueline Kennedy. Hill would be haunted for the rest of his life by his failure to protect the president, one of several presidents he served throughout his long, distinguished career. His book is very interesting and worth reading. And Hill is now shuffled off this mortal coil, and we ask that he might receive the rest and peace that eluded him after 11/22/63. Doublebees makes it easier for you, as you can pay at the pump with your Exxon or Phillips 66 mobile apps at all stores. And that is a lean, efficient way to top off that tank. Doublebees, where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebees.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Dan Cook, Monica Reiners, or Brian Kress in North Little Rock today.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
You're listening to The Zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams. You like what you hear? Well, check out our video stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch.
12:55. This will be a short segment. Thanks to Evan Cohen. That was fun. Drew in Little Rock says, Jay, I'm really in need of a new car. Say 5 years old, a used one. Who you recommend for me, Mr. J? Go see anybody at Guatney Chevrolet. They'll take good care of you. Cleveland will be smoking this year unstoppable. That early loss has lit a fire under the Cavs. Offseason's been a shooting drill marathon. Okay.
Cleveland should be good.
All right. This is great. I listen to Evan Cohen and CC and Michelle every morning on Unsportsmanlike. So glad you had him on your show. Thanks, Rebecca. Appreciate you listening.
Wait.
I guess she doesn't listen to the morning show.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, that's mean. Hello, Evan, Justin, DJ, and Christian. Please tell Evan that I love Unsportsmanlike before I leave for work each morning. No disrespect to Evan or Chris Canty, but Michelle Smallman takes are off the cuff and makes total sense all the time. All right, I'm going to have to start listening to them a little more in the breaks. My only complaint about... Okay, I don't know what you're talking about there. That's crazy talk. Super good interview, says this person. We had a lot of fun with Corey Feldman. If you missed it, the Corey Feldman interview, says Redbone, was awesome. I'm a big fan growing up as well. I'm 51. Thank you. Joe Franklin here. You know Corey Feldman. You've seen the Goonies.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen Stand By Me, I bet. You've seen some of the other stuff he's been in.
Gremlins.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the one that the two Coreys. Which one was that?
Oh, they were in Drive My Car or whatever it's called. License to Drive.
Yes, yeah, that one.
Yes. God rest his soul, Corey Haim. This guy just sent me a Truffle Shuffle GIF. DJ, trivia was awesome last night. Not making an excuse for last place, but I was giving my little brother...
Is that El Guapo?
No, it's Lance. I was giving my little a shower. His kid, not his little brother.
Yes.
I assume it's his little. I thought he said little brother. I was like, that's weird. Isn't Corey the voice of Copper on Fox and the Hound? Maybe. That sounds right.
Oh,
it's a good movie.
You guys listen, you guys respect voice work now. That's your jam.
Fox and the Hound's a good one.
That's all you care about. Anyway, Joe, you need to listen to Corey Feldman's greatest hits when you get time.
Okay, check it out.
What's up with you?
Josh Neighbors is going to be in with us today. We're going to discuss NBA draft and how that all shook out. Richard Davenport is coming on with us, and everything else going on in the sports world, which is a lot.
Biggest surprise from day one?
Biggest surprise, I think the international players. And I say surprise, it's a surprise according to how the so-called experts thought it was going to shake out.
Projections, yeah.
But never surprised by international players getting drafted simply because we don't know what they know in NBA circles.
Let's hear it for the Americanos. Good for them.
And freshmen. Freshmen were a big part of the draft last night.
There you go. One and done. All right, stick around. Out of Bounds coming up next. We will join you again tomorrow. Wrap up the week. Adios, amigos.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning.